Good afternoon, happy Monday, or good evening. How's it going? How y'all been? Happy Monday to you once again. About 30 seconds away from showtime here. Sorry I'm kind of joining late. I meant to come up here a couple of minutes before, but I'm here. I took a look at the Raw preview just a minute ago. I don't know, looks like a so-so show. Go down here to the chat, say hello. How y'all been this week? Make sure y'all can hear me. Yeah, all right. Nice. Hello, Dawn and Nick and Brian and Barry. What's going on? Cool. I got a mod in here right off the bat. OJ and Richie. Luna. Pie in the horse. Cool. Being in here trying to start trouble already. I'm calling it now. I'm calling it now. You're an idiot. Called it. What's up, Rajiv? How you doing? Joy to you. Yeah, I don't know. I saw Becky Lynch is being invited to Raw, so despite the suspension, despite the fact that she's beaten the hell out of her bosses, they are allowing her, they're inviting her to Monday Night Raw. So the storyline just continues to make sense, doesn't it? So she's involved here. Seth Rollins is going to respond to his ass kicking from Brock Lesnar last week. We got a triple threat tag match. I guess the loser enters the chamber first on the women's side. And, I don't know, something else. Nothing too major tonight. Still, no Hall of Fame announcement, so I don't know when that's coming. It must be next week, because this is the Go Home Chamber Show. Oh, they're in Grand Rapids tonight, huh? Must be cold up there. Okay, so they're opening the show with this. All right, Stephanie and Triple H are in the ring, and I guess they're going to bring out the man. Like, I'm all for them doing, like, time-killing angles, do this little injury storyline and all that, you know, but so far, just not making a whole lot of sense. Especially when Vince stripped Braun Strowman of his title shot for fucking up his limo, yet Becky can do all this, it's fine? Huh? Oh, Stephanie, don't yell at me. Hey, at least I didn't have to hear your theme music, so that's a plus. Yeah, that's what I thought, Steph. I didn't even know it was in Houston.
We will have 6 teams compete. 3 from Raw, 3 from SmackDown to determine the Women's Tag Team Champion.
Yeah, we know that, Steph. Oh, thank you for that, How Weezy. I appreciate that super chat. Cool, your merch is on the way. I appreciate it. Yeah, you picked up a couple more shirts, right? Thank you so much, dude. And I appreciate the additional donations. You are the man. Thank you so much. Yeah, tweet me as soon as they arrive. Tweet me some pictures. I'll shoot them a retweet. Now we're promoting a SmackDown match. I'm laughing to death. My streams, just save the link. All I do is make them unlisted because I don't want them flooding my channel. So all you got to do is just keep the link to this and you can watch it as long as you want. Yeah, Ronda and Ruby was announced. I didn't know that until a couple days ago. Yeah, that's what's going to happen. Ronda is going to lose to Ruby Riott at Elimination Chamber, and it's going to be Becky and Ruby for the title. Mustafa Ali is out? I wasn't aware of that.
Medical attention. I cannot let you physically compete if you are not cleared by our medical staff. If you do not...
Oh, well, thanks, Nick. You haven't been in here on the last couple of Mondays? Well, you haven't missed a whole lot. Hopefully tonight will be fun. I got a long night of sitting in front of the camera. After we're done here tonight, I'm going to film 2 watch-alongs for some Elimination Chamber matches. I'm going to try to have one up tomorrow. Maybe Wednesday, but I'm going to shoot for tomorrow. Catherine, what up, girl? You got your beer, mac and cheese, and Valentine's Day cookies. Ooh, what kind of cookies? I got my beer, too. I'm actually drinking a little heavier tonight. I don't have anything light in my fridge. I've just got IPAs and shit, so I'm just drinking a Stone. This is the lowest alcohol content in my fridge that I could find, and it's 6.9, so I'm gonna sip on it lightly. I really don't feel like catching a buzz tonight. Oh, that's an interesting idea for, they're going through a recap, by the way, of Becky and Stephanie from last week. Me versus Brock with Ellsworth interference. I don't want to even touch Ellsworth. Keep him away from me. Fucking pervert. I don't know. Would Brock do the job for me? Becky, you're such a bitch. Black and pink day cookie. Interesting. No, I didn't see what the hell happened to him. Completely unaware of anything. It's been a busy week. I don't know how I missed it, though. Yeah, Becky, they need to have her slap Vince, don't you think? Is that what they're building to? Triple H, he's so mad. And by the way, Triple H, what are you doing at WrestleMania? Of course you are, Stephanie. Why wouldn't you?
Now, Becky did see her doctors this past weekend, so without further ado, let's hear what they had to say.
Was she about to introduce the doctors? Well, here comes Becky. I'm still blown away. You tell any one of us here in the chat hanging out watching Raw right now, tell yourself 10 years ago that 10 years in the future the most over wrestler in the company is going to be a female. And it's a wrestler, not a Sable type of figure, but an actual wrestler. There's no way we would have seen this coming. Boy, for someone who's suspended, she is on TV a lot. I think she showed up at all the house shows, too. I remember I went the whole house show loop after Stone Cold got fired in 1998. I was at that whole week of shows after Judgment Day, and he appeared at every one of them, had a match in every one of them, claimed that he still had, even though he was fired, he still had to fulfill his contractual agreements or whatever, so every time they fire somebody, they still work house shows. Yeah, exactly, Dawn. That's what I'm saying. Somebody who's not like a Sable type of figure. I mean, like Sable at one time, and Sunny too, might have been the most over personalities in WWE, only because of tits and ass. But Becky's just over because she's adored. Damn, Becky, you are just a shit-talking...
Said to you last week on SmackDown crossed the line, and for that I want to come out here, Becky, and I want to apologize.
Yano, the ugliest motherfucker I've ever seen, just called me ugly. Bitch, I'm fabulous.
Manufacturing and injury, all of it, I apologize.
Go fuck your cousin.
The truth is, you saw your doctors as we know. She saw her doctors, not ours, but our doctors at the WWE conferred with yours, and WWE Medical agrees with their diagnosis. There is no tear, there's no structural damage in your knee.
Okay, so she's cleared.
And they believe that at the completion of a couple of weeks of rehab, they will 100% medically clear you. So as of this moment, the suspension is lifted.
Wow, beat up your boss, get rewarded. Is that how life works? Sweet.
is on.
I'm gonna go bitch slap my boss tomorrow at work. She'll probably give me more money.
Becky Lynch versus Ronda Rousey at WrestleMania. This could be one of the greatest matches in all WrestleMania history.
Why are you kissing her ass?
Take place if, and only if,
Nope, here comes the butt.
do just one little thing.
Make her apologize.
There's no catch, Becky. Listen, honestly, you're a role model to girls and women everywhere, okay? And every action has a consequence.
That's right, Becky. Steph is right. This is a simple thing. The match at WrestleMania is on. Your suspension is lifted. All you have to do is apologize.
That's all you have to do.
Simple as that. Just apologize to Steph and apologize to me, and we can put all of this ugliness behind us.
We apologize to you.
Yeah, actually, Becky. The funny thing is, like, they're being reasonable about this, Stephanie and Triple H. But Stone Cold Lynch ain't gonna be apologizing for nothing.
To my husband, all we're asking you to do is say you're
What's going on, Joshua?
That's it.
Apologize for what? You wanted me to go to a doctor. I saw a doctor.
Look, Becky.
That's it.
Okay, don't get all worked up and let your pride get in the way, okay? Don't be stubborn. Just don't be stubborn and
Shut your face.
Yeah, shut your face, Stephanie.
Shut your face. I don't trust you. I don't trust you. I don't trust your old man. Your whole family has been screwing people over for decades.
Yeah, she's right.
No, I don't need to calm down. You're trying to take something from me. You're trying to take my opportunity to go to WrestleMania. And from where I come from, that's stealing. And nobody is stealing my opportunity. Not you. Not you. And I will fight anybody. I will fight anybody to get to where I want to. I will fight you. I will fight you. And I will fight your old man if it comes down.
Let's
to
do
it.
that. Fatal four-way.
Hell no.
Becky versus all the McMahons. Or not all of them. Triple H, Steph, and Vince. Shane can be the ref.
You're telling me what I need to do. Why don't I tell you what to do? Take your apology and shove it up your arse.
Oh, now Stephanie's getting her. Becky, knock her out.
Hold on. Stop. Enough. Enough. Everybody needs to calm down.
I am calm, man. Don't worry about me.
This is not the hill you want to die on. You need
Right? Yeah, like, hate the authority or not. Like, storyline-wise, they're not asking a whole lot here.
pride behind you. Put your stubbornness behind you. And think about this. Do you want to fight here? Or do you want to fight at WrestleMania? Do you want a chance to go on and fight for your dreams? Do you want everything that you've ever worked for? Everything that you fought for? Scratched? clawed,
Triple H, why are you cutting a promo?
opportunity for all
Stop it.
Or do you want to throw that away right here, right now? Now, Becky, if telling you is a problem, then I'm not telling you anything. I'm giving you a choice. But by the end of the night, I need
Oh,
you
please.
to come out here and tell me what that choice is.
You're giving her to the end of the night to apologize?
To WrestleMania, will you fight for your dream? Will you fight Ronda
What's going on,
Rousey?
Gold Standard?
Will you show the world that you are the man?
Yeah, this whole thing over an apology is pretty stupid.
Will you choose to throw it all away?
And plus, it's giving the McMahons a way to get involved in this, and this could carry on all the way into WrestleMania. We don't know. I mean, whatever's going on here. I'm hoping this is just, like I said, killing time until we get on the other side of Fastlane and Becky and Ronda can start interacting on a weekly basis, contract signing, shit like that. But whatever they're doing here, I just hope it doesn't take us all the way into Mania, and we got Stephanie on the outside of the ring or something, or a referee or whatever.
Yeah, but what is this, a hallmark for me? Is to apologize?
Here comes Sasha and Bailey, I guess. How's Sasha? Do we know the deal with her? She's part of this triple threat. She didn't even work last week. I guess we'll find out. I really hope Sasha's all right, because they're my pick. This is the team I think WWE, of all of them, is going to want to have as their first ever champions. I mentioned that on Friday. So I hope Sasha is all good to go. How about All Elite Wrestling selling out their shit in like 5 seconds? I'm glad I wasn't a part of that. Apparently the pre-sale code was an absolute mess. You got a bunch of people buying up tickets, selling them for like $5 grand on StubHub and shit. What a mess. But that's the Grand. I don't know how many the MGM Grand seats. I want to say it's over 15,000. So they sold that shit out, man. Are you guys talking?
So all we have to do now is achieve our dreams and become the first ever WWE Women's Tag Team Champions.
Hell, part of me wouldn't be surprised if they lost this and went in first. Because that's another thing you might want. You want an impressive victory. You want the first ever tag team champions to be something memorable. If Sasha and Bailey enter first and outlast everybody and just win in a grueling match, I think that could get over. I might pick them to lose here. Have them go in the chamber first and beat them all.
Don't worry about being the next pick. Be the first you.
Your accent, thank you. So sexy. I am so jealous of you right now.
That's in theaters now, huh? Fighting with My Family. It's out.
I dream of getting my Taco Bell delivered to me for free. Taco Bell delivery. Delivered free for a limited time by Grubhub.
You. All of you.
Yeah, I'm still curious about Batista at WrestleMania. He's another
That's what inspired us to
another guy that people have been like mentioning as a potential Hall of Fame candidate, because I think the headliner of the Hall of Fame has got to be The Undertaker or The Rock. And Batista is another name that could potentially headline, but if he doesn't go into the Hall of Fame and has a match instead, who does he work with? Do we even want to see that? I love Dave Batista. I think he's awesome. It's just, who can he really work with at this point? You know, that the match would even be good. Not Triple H, that match would suck. So maybe he goes into the Hall of Fame instead. Another name, along with the other long list of names that I keep omitting or I keep forgetting to mention. We've talked about the obvious ones. You know, we've heard the Hart Foundation might be going in. You know, The Rock, Undertaker, Bam Bam Bigelow, Pillman, Davey Boy Smith, Rick Martel. Lots of, like, typical names that we've been talking about over the past few months. But one name I keep forgetting is X-Pac. 1-2-3 Kid. The only thing with X-Pac is he's kind of facing the same type of situation that China is facing, because X-Pac's cock is out there for all to see, much like China and all of her porn stuff. X-Pac's been in some trouble, and I don't know if you know, if they would really want to put him in, but otherwise he's going to be the lone click member to not get in, because Triple H will go in at some point, and he's the only one left. So Sean Waltman's another guy that I think they could put in at some point, maybe even this year. But I'm still dying to know who's headlining this year. I don't know if I want to see Batista and Bobby Lashley. Just Batista is like 50 years old, you know? Still in great shape and everything, but even in Batista's heyday, even when he was in his 30s, he wasn't, like, to me, that great in the ring. Brock was much better. I cannot believe that movie is finally out. When did they film Fighting with My Family? 5 years ago or something? It's been a while. Oh, Batista versus Cena again? I don't know. I don't know. But I'd like to see Batista end things on a good note. His return in 2014 was so weird. But, he just deserved better, I think. And so if he can come back and maybe have one last match and kind of go out on a high note, you know, turn, you know, what was a negative in 2014 into a huge positive, you know, and just go into the Hall of Fame and just get his due. Batista versus McIntyre. That's a good one, Don. I mean, Batista would have to put him over, obviously. McIntyre's got to work with someone. God, McIntyre, I'd worry he'd hurt Batista. As big as Batista is, McIntyre, I think at this stage in his life is bigger. AJ Styles, maybe, but I've got AJ Styles penciled in for Kurt Angle. We talked about that on Friday. If this truly is some sort of a retirement angle with Kurt Angle and he has a match, a retirement match at WrestleMania, kind of like Ric Flair did at 24, I think AJ Styles is the best guy currently right now on the roster to give him a good match. Just like Shawn gave to Ric Flair. It can be very reminiscent of that. So I'm kind of hoping that that's what they do. Look at these teams, man. I don't know, Taylor Moyes. Thank you for the super chat. I don't know about CM Punk joining All Elite Wrestling. He's one name. If I was them, I would do everything I could to make him a surprise at Double or Nothing. I would keep it super quiet. I'd be like, look, dude, can you just make one appearance? We will pay you so much money. Just the way just the buzz it would create on top of an already very eager to love All Elite Wrestling fan base, I think would just be huge for them. You know, even if it's just one appearance or one match, maybe one appearance followed by a match and that's it. I don't know why CM Punk would not do it. It would be a great way to stick it to WWE, which you know he would love. So to me, for Punk, it would be a win-win. He'd make a shit ton of money. He'd have to do very little work. He'd give a big middle finger to his former employer. He'd set the wrestling world on fire. I mean, I would do it if I was him. And if I was All Elite Wrestling, I would keep it under wraps, and I just have him show up somewhere as a surprise. Attack somebody. You know, do a run-in in the main event. Some shit like that. Alright, so I didn't even know which teams these are, but it's Liv Morgan, Sarah Logan. We got Tamina and Nia against Becky and... I'm sorry, Bayley and Sasha. Now, the loser of this, I guess, enters the chamber first. Sarah and Tamina. Funny thing is of all the teams, like after, if for any reason it wasn't Sasha and Bayley, I would almost think it might be Tamina and Nia. But I don't think so. I think they're setting up Nia for intergender shit or something. What's a waste for AJ? Not what I said. AJ working a retirement match with Kurt Angle is not a waste of AJ. I hope you're talking to somebody else, because that idea is fantastic. Oh, maybe you're talking about Vontae's Mysterio and AJ Styles. Wow, have we seen that? Have we gotten any AJ and Ray matches before? I don't think we have. Holy crap. That actually would be a good match. But as far as, like, memorable things to do, I think the Kurt Angle retirement match would be better for AJ. Because it wouldn't be a title match or anything like that, but it would still be a really significant match on the card. And I still don't even know what the details with AJ's contract is. I'm assuming he's sticking around and re-signing, but maybe, I don't even know the latest on that. And All Elite Wrestling has got some money to throw around. They tossed $5 million at Orton, apparently. I haven't heard that report, so I don't know if it's true, but if it is, Randy Orton could consider it. I don't know who Ray is going to face at Mania. I wouldn't be opposed to see his issue with Almas carry into WrestleMania. Like they can have a couple of matches now, Chamber, Fastlane, or whatever, and then do another one at Mania. We've had people pitch a mask match. Maybe Ray finally unmasks and Almas is the one to do that. So right now, I'm fine with Ray continuing his feud with Almas all the way into WrestleMania. I don't know if he's going to wrap up business with Almas and then start something else with a new person before we get to Mania or not, you know. Mike Witt, thanks for the super chat, dude. I appreciate that. Becky versus Steph at SummerSlam. We've talked about it. We've talked about it. I think that they're setting up for that potential at some point. I don't know. I don't know if SummerSlam is really a good place for that. Stephanie is not a wrestler. You know, I mean, she worked the WrestleMania match with Triple H a year ago. You know, if it is Stephanie versus Becky, it might be a title match, or it might not if Stephanie screws Becky out of the title sometime before SummerSlam. Now, that could happen. I wouldn't want to see that match if the title was on the line. So let's say Becky beats Ronda at WrestleMania, and then Stephanie screws her out of it at Money in the Bank or something like that. She does something, and Becky Lynch loses the title. And that leads to Becky and Stephanie in a grudge match at SummerSlam, then yeah, sure. But I really don't know if I want to see it, you know? The women's wrestling is great. I think Becky can have great matches with a whole bunch of other people before Stephanie. But they're definitely laying the groundwork for that. Mask versus hair match? Yeah. Almas would look weird bald. Unless you're talking about AJ. I think you're talking about AJ. Who's the fucking US champion right now? I'd like to see Almas take the belt from him. Who is it, Nakamura again or something? Who the hell's the US champion? How come I can't remember this? But if Almas could win the United States title, he could defend against Ray, and it could be like title versus Mask. Otherwise, it's going to have to be Mask versus hair. And if you did that with AJ, I don't want AJ to lose his soccer mom hair. That's awesome. He's got to keep that. Oh yeah, R-Truth. Thank you. I'm like, I knew somebody beat somebody for the title last week. Yeah, so, I mean, R-Truth is not going to be hanging on to that belt for very long. And now it looks like they're starting to pair up Nakamura and Rusev. That might turn into a Cesaro and Sheamus type of situation, which means there could be a whole new guy eventually taking that belt off R-Truth, which shouldn't be long. I don't expect R-Truth. Thank you, everybody. R-Truth. I certainly don't expect R-Truth to have like a 5-month title run here. So I would expect him to drop it relatively quickly. And Almas could be that guy to pick up a win against him randomly on SmackDown. Adding that to the Mysterio feud, and they could go into Mania. I love that I forgot that R-Truth was the champ. Thank you to the 30 of you that let me know that. Got a decent audience in here right now. Almost 300 people. By the way, smash that like button. Let's try to at least get up to 100 likes here in the next couple minutes. And subscribe. Let's try to get a couple hundred new subscribers in here tonight. That would be sweet. On the road to 26,000 on the YouTube channel. We'll get there sooner rather than later. Nakamura's going to All Elite Wrestling too. Boy, now not everybody can go to All Elite Wrestling, but I'm going to be interested to see who they grab. You know, if they are able to, you know, if Ambrose goes over there when he leaves, and let's say they are able to just snag a Randy Orton or something. I think that's far-fetched, but what if they did? Oh, see, and then Sasha is injured? Oh, fuck. Are they doing an injury angle with her? Damn. That sucks. Oh, man, I really hope they're not doing that. But if All Elite Wrestling can get somebody like that, get Ambrose, and then snag another big name, and then on top of that, the cherry on top is having CM Punk appear. Oh, my God. You talk about starting with a bang. All right, so Sasha took a couple of bumps out here and does an injury angle with her shoulder. I'm curious if what this is going to mean for Chamber. They might not be able to put the belts on these two if Sasha is injured. Well, it'll be a good story, though, if this is just setting up the two of them being #1, like I mentioned earlier, and then they enter together.
I'm telling you that sometimes you just gotta suck it up. Sasha Banks should suck it up right now and help her partner.
She's surrounded by medical staff.
Tomato went for the super kick. Bailey now rolls shoulders down and a kick out. I can't believe I'm about to say this. Maybe she's taking note from Becky Lynch. Becky Lynch has had medical staff.
Yeah, All Elite Wrestling, they still got a TV deal to worry about as well. I mean, that's what they're going to need for the most exposure and being able to sell advertising and shit like that. But, you know, as long as I can see it somewhere, I really don't care where it is. If it was streamed on the internet only, it'd be fine with me. But if they can land a network like TBS or something, And not a shitty network, you know? Like, Impact was on a whole bunch of networks that I've never heard of before. And they're constantly changing those networks that I've never heard of before. So I don't want to see All Elite go to somewhere like that. I want to see them have a legit deal somewhere. All right, Morgan, get in there. Bringing Taz in as a commentator for All Elite Wrestling? Sure. I like Taz. I've always liked Taz. No, Colin Wright, I think any wrestling company just needs to stay away from Monday nights. WWE's not in a position anymore where they can be overthrown. Back in the mid-90s, they were vulnerable. And WCW came along with all that money. The WWE was going to struggle to compete. That ain't the case now. So going head-to-head with them on Mondays just means that you're declaring war, and it's a war that you can't win. You know, you can't win. You cannot put the WWE out of business. Back in the mid-90s, WCW actually did have a chance to put the WWE out of business, and I can't believe they didn't. WWE was on the ropes big time. I don't know how they survived, but they're never going to be in that position again. So I think All Elite Wrestling just needs to do their thing and just present a good quality product the fans are going to like. That's all you need to do. And then the fans will come to you. And just don't worry about WWE. It's my advice. Thanks for another one, Mike Witt. I appreciate that. I would love it if they went there too. Gallows and Anderson are two guys right on the top of my list because they've just done jack dick ever since they've come into the company, what, 3 years ago now? You know, if they were to re-sign, that tells me that they're just securing their family. That's all. They're just securing their financial situations because they're certainly not sticking around for anything creatively. So they got to be paid well, and that's really it. I mean, otherwise, they just have no direction at all. They haven't had one in years. It's a shame. But yeah, there are talents that are on the top of my list of people that I would like to see leave WWE and go there because they're doing nothing, spinning their wheels. Where's Bayley? Is she on the outside of the ring selling? Here goes Tamina for the big splash. Oh, that was shitty looking. Kennedy started a wrestling school. You know, Kennedy was one guy that I had in my head who I thought might show up at the Royal Rumble. It's been like 10 years since he was let go, right? I'm sure wounds have healed. Maybe he could come in and make an appearance, but I love Bayley in her Bob Holly outfit. Oh, Sasha faking this and it being a heel turn for her? Hey, I like that. I want to see Sasha and Bayley win the titles. That's a team I think WWE would want to put it on, but I like that idea. I'd be fine with that.
Will it continue? And Bayley takes down Morgan as she slides through the bottom rope.
Bayley sees those tag team championships. They are so close, right at her fingers. She's not going to let this one slide through.
She glances at the tag team titles. That's what's at stake Sunday. Ruby Riott tries to get involved.
Oh yeah, Punk's going to shit on WWE, that's for sure. Oh man, what a knee to live. Like, as much as I think All Elite Wrestling should mind their own business and not worry so much about WWE, CM Punk is the exception. If they can get him on their show and cutting a promo, oh my god. Just the amount of buzz that would create alone would be worth it. What they got to try not to do is just constantly hang on WWE's every word, react to everything they do, make 90% of their show a response to what WWE does. As long as they don't do that shit. You know, ECW was even guilty of that back in their day, in the mid-90s. You know, they were parodying the NWO. You know, a lot of the talent, remember Devon was doing the People's Elbow when he was in the Dudleys there. They were just always worried about what WCW and WWE were doing.
One
Well, y'all got your pick of it here. You got Bailey and Liv Morgan both flat on their face. Don't just stand there. Tamina, do something about it.
Liv Morgan to the corner, smart. Nia makes the tag. And now Nia Jax is legal. Bailey has no idea where she is. Just a formality at this point. Nia Jax. Samoa drop to Bailey. Cover by Nia. Nia Jax wins. I hope you're happy, Sasha.
Nia Jax does it all with a smile on her face.
And Nia Jax.
Oh, wait, I think I had that backwards.
But what this means is that Sasha Banks and Bailey will now enter the Elimination Chamber match on Sunday for the first ever WWE Women's Tag Team titles in the first position.
Yep, that's good.
Great for those ladies, but you look at Nia and Tamina, they've got physics, they've got size.
Yeah, so we're either going to get a heel turn by Sasha, or this is just going to be part of the story where they go from beginning to end and win the whole thing, entering first. You want to create a memorable moment for your first ever champs, you know? So I wouldn't be surprised if they wind up winning them.
Which does not bode well for the Boss and Hug connection. It is the Elimination Chamber pay-per-view event streaming live on the WWE Network this Sunday for the Toyota Center in Houston, Texas.
Well, James Rosano, when you're right, you're right.
Network.com right now to sign up because Elimination Chamber is free to new subscribers. And not only will you get Elimination Chamber, you'll also get next month's pay-per-view event. Fastlane, the final pay-per-view.
Yeah, we talked about Vince Russo on Friday during my live episode.
Again, the Elimination Chamber match this coming Sunday.
Bailey, you alright? You'll be fine.
On the WWE
See, look, she's looking at the belt. She's gazing back at them. Of course they're going to win these fucking titles, man.
Well,
Well, Becky gets 3 hours to decide if she wants to apologize. That's a weird-looking picture of Becky. Ew, is No Way Jose coming out? Y'all are like 20 seconds ahead of me. Maybe 30 seconds.
Finn Balor has earned himself an opportunity at the Intercontinental Championship this coming Sunday. We'll take on the Scottish psychopath, Drew McIntyre, here tonight. And Seth Rollins' journey to face Brock Lesnar at WrestleMania.
All right, we got Seth Rollins coming up next.
We will take a look back
Man, the way he was selling
spectacular night
those F5s, that was crazy.
and the year that Seth Rollins truly began.
Becky's wandering around. Oh, what's up, Barry?
Put a lot on her mind. Becky Lynch, will she apologize?
She walks past Elias.
The universe gets set to walk with Elias next.
Thanks for the super chat, Barry. That one's pretty. I think I know this one. Favorite Saturday Night's main event show of all. I mean, I saw them all. I think my favorite one, or the one that was most memorable for me, was the Mega Powers one with Honky Tonk and Savage. That was like September of '87, and I remember staying up late and watching it. And Hart Foundation had a title match on that show. There was all three titles were on the line. I remember Savage worked with Honky, and he got screwed out of it by Bret Hart. Hogan came out to make the save after Honky Tonk put the guitar through Savage's head. And then Hogan had defended the title against Sika. And we had the Harts defeating the Young Stallions in a tag team match for the titles. And the Mega Powers had the classic interview, the crazy coked out, spazzed out interview with Mean Gene at the end of the show. That's probably my favorite memory of Saturday Night's main event. But I always remember the Hogan and Bundy match where Andre was choking him out. I remember when George the Animal Steel turned babyface. Million memories. Harley Race getting hurt. All sorts of shit. Loved Saturday Night's main event. I miss those days, man. Hey, thanks, Silent Gamer, for the super chat. You're not feeling well? Well, damn, dude. Well, I'm glad you're here. Thanks for hanging out tonight. Hopefully we'll make you feel better. Everybody make Silent Gamer feel better. Sorry that you are under the weather. Of course I remember Jim Powers and Paul Roma. That tag team title match they got against the Harts was because they beat the Harts in a non-title match to get that shot. And then, of course, they lost. And I remember Jimmy Hart had gotten knocked out by Randy Savage in the Intercontinental title match, and he was not at ringside with the Hart Foundation, and they won that match all by themselves. And I think it was the next Saturday Night's main event after that, the one the following month. It was the great one-on-one match between Randy Savage and Bret Hart, because Bret was the first one to hit the ring and cost Savage the belt at the previous Saturday Night's main event. And they had a really good one-on-one match. Savage won with like a roll-up or a small package. Awesome match. So it is confirmed on that 20,000, or I thought it was 25,000. Now it's 20,000. I don't think anybody knows what the fuck. But if that is the deal and he's charging that much per hour, fuck that. No thanks. I'll just get a big giant cardboard cutout. Yeah, people can now, you can now like rent the Undertaker for weddings or birthday parties. Yeah, if you got $25,000 an hour laying around. Oh, here's $100 grand. You want to come entertain my kid's birthday party for 4 hours? Jesus. Why don't you just wipe your ass with money? Ben Wallace, greetings from Derby, England. Good to see you in here. Thanks for staying up late or getting up early or whatever the hell time it is over there. Bipolar weather in Virginia. Yeah, I know that part of the country is getting all jacked with their weather. We're kind of weird here, too. It's chilly today, but the sun was out. It was actually a beautiful day. We've had a lot of rain, which is really rare, but we need it. But I'm definitely getting a little bit sick of the rain. I think I got a little bit more coming this week. So we're not quite as bipolar as some states that are going through all 4 seasons in the course of 1 week. Joey G, thanks for the super chat, man. Thanks for that $5. I hope you enjoyed your video. By the way, the donation Joey G made to the channel a while back. That video is now up. I released it yesterday, and it's up in the top right corner here if you want to check it out. Raw 1000 review. As Elias says hello to us. Joey, possible scenario where Heyman pepper sprays Rollins, allowing Brock to retain, and challenges Roman, kind of like Mania 9. Wow. Assuming Roman is back. Let me see what Becky is saying to Balor here. So Becky's like walking around asking everybody for advice on if she should fucking apologize? Austin never did that.
It's better to wait and bide your time. And when the whole world is watching, I'm going to take Bobby Lashley's Intercontinental Championship.
So you think apologize?
Look, I'm not going to tell you what to do, but all I'm going to say is I've seen pride get the better of many.
Where'd Elias go? Wasn't he just on screen there?
Don't let it get the better of the man. Thanks.
Your abs are still awesome, by the way.
Your abs are still awesome. Oh, Baxters. Alright, so now we're back to Elias. Anyway, back to your question, Joey G. Assuming Roman is healthy or whatever, they could do that. But, man, I don't know, man. That would just be crazy. I don't know if the fans would really like that. I think the fans might shit on it. Even though it would be a really good feel-good story with Roman Reigns. I just worry the fans would shit on it and have a problem with it. I don't know. I might vote no on that one, but could happen. Thanks for the $5 super chat there, Mike Witt. You're awesome. You're doing a top 10 best big men of wrestling all time on your podcast this week. Any suggestions? Top 10 best big men? Oh, that's pretty easy. We can think of a whole bunch of them. What's that guy's name? Andrew the Giant. I think Andrew the Giant. You should put Andrew the Giant on there. Maybe the guy that Paul Bearer managed, that wore the hat and the gray gloves. He's pretty good. His brother, the guy with the burnt up face, he was alright. I'm kidding. God, I don't even know, dude. 10 big men? I can't think of a top 10 right now, but yours is probably going to be the same as my list. Taker Kane, got to be up at the top. Bam Bam Bigelow. No, not Haystacks out Calhoun. I don't know if I'd put top 10 big men. I don't even know if I'd put Big John Studd on that list. Big John Studd was big, and he was awesome. But I'm trying to think of, like, really good workers. He wasn't a really great worker. Neither was Andre. But, like, Bigelow, motherfucker's doing cartwheels and shit. Vader can do moonsaults. Kane and The Undertaker, extremely agile. We're getting Elias for the 3rd time? What the fuck? Are you here for real this time? No, he's... Oh, no, not the pinata party. Oh, for fuck's sake. Loves to have fun. Yeah, Big Show's on the list too. Of course. I don't know if I'd put Nash on the list or not. Maybe I would. I don't know. It's probably just because I like Nash. I wouldn't put Gonzalez on it, though. Mike Awesome was awesome. That's true. Maybe Sid. Jesus. These guys are dancing around. Catherine, I'm very sorry that they did that to Elias. I think WWE should release the Lucha Party. Oh my god, Max Phoenix, that's a horrible idea. If the New Day face the Lucha House Party and they start putting pancakes and cereal inside those piñatas, I'm gonna have a heart attack. I can't handle that. No, God, no. Is that Christina Applegate?
Okay, do I have to break you guys apart? He started it. Stop it. All right. Stop it, guys. Come on. Stop touching me. Okay, that's it. If you don't stop, I will eat all of you alive right now.
Is this an M&M's commercial? Yeah, it is. Okay, fuck that. Yeah, we got a lot of... Yeah, I was thinking more about the Charlotte being added to the match and everything, and I know everybody is universally against that, including myself. But I also tried to think of it potentially being okay, and I immediately thought of WrestleMania 20. You know, so like, let's just say, for example, Charlotte is added to the match and becomes a triple threat, for whatever reason. Everybody's going to think that Charlotte's sticking her nose in there, and she's taking the spotlight. You know that's the type of shit we're going to hear, right? Well, would you say that about Shawn Michaels then at WrestleMania 20 for stealing the spotlight from Chris Benoit? Stealing his big moment? No, that triple threat match was very good. And Chris Benoit tapped out Triple H in the crossface, and who was the champion going into that match. So I suppose you could have Charlotte enter that match and still give the moment to Becky. It wouldn't be the end of the world. It worked out great at WrestleMania 20, and it's rare for WWE to put a triple threat match in the main event, but that match holds up. That was a great match between those three. So if Becky, Charlotte, and Ronda went out there and had a similar type of match, triple threat, and Becky still taps out Ronda Rousey, I'm not going to have a problem with it. You know, yes, if it was up to me, if I had my choice, no, not Jerry Blackwell. If I had my choice, I would keep Charlotte out. But if they added her and Becky still got the win and Becky still tapped out Ronda, just like Benoit did to Triple H, and it's kind of that type of scenario, I'll be all right with it. I'm not going to shit my pants, not going to freak out, not going to cancel my network, not going to fucking tear Charlotte apart for being Charlotte Reigns or whatever. I'm going to be reasonable about it. And now if Charlotte gets added to the match and then she wins, then yeah, that's going to suck, and then that's a whole nother issue. But if they have the match very similar to what they did at WrestleMania 20, I don't see a problem with it. So, but just like WrestleMania 22, if it was up to me, I would have rather just seen Benoit versus Shawn, or Benoit versus Triple H one-on-one. They made it a triple threat. It worked out. Wasn't bad. Maybe the same thing can happen if they add Charlotte. So I'm going to try to be an adult about it. Steven Scott, thanks for the super chat, man. Thanks for that $5. You're awesome. You're always in here every Monday, being cool. Which years of wrestling started off good but ended poorly? For you, 92 and 2001, those are really good options, or really good examples. Yeah, 92 started out great. Loved, you know, Flair had come in, loved WrestleMania 8. But by the time we got to the end of the year, we're losing Bulldog and we're losing Warrior, and, you know, shit's just getting kind of weird. We had no Hogan around at that time. In 2001, yeah, same thing. Those guys were playing that Pinata Party the whole time during commercial break. Poor Elias. Please shove that guitar up their asses.
I am the biggest musical act on the face of this planet.
Yeah.
And I have been getting interrupted every single time I come out here.
Mike Eldridge, what's going on, man?
What's worse is that my album was not nominated at the Grammys.
I didn't even watch the Grammys, but I saw all the crazy pictures from it.
For myself, that I plan on singing, what are you doing out here?
Wait, Elias. Excuse me for interrupting. But unlike you, the Lucha House Party, we love entertaining the WWE Universe. Whoa. But tonight, we decided we want to walk with Elias.
Do I think Akeem was a racist gimmick? Yeah, slightly. Fucking Akeem. I cannot believe. I was watching that day when they transformed Gang into Akeem. I'm like, what the fuck? I thought it was a dream. I thought I was on a tripping on mushrooms or something. I'm like, what am I watching?
And shut your mouth.
Hey, buddy. Got our first cat appearance here.
I used to write songs for you, but I've got nothing left to give. When I come to Grand Rapids, I immediately lose my will to live. Then
Yo.
someone tells me that this place is called.
I like that the Lucha House Party are letting him sing.
That makes sense, 'cause I need beer goggles to think anyone here is pretty.
Championship Scramble. I'm one of the few that wasn't a huge fan of that concept. I don't like championship scrambles. I don't like gauntlet matches. And I don't like six-pack challenges. It's too much for me.
It's your stupid parents to blame.
And of course, the elimination sex penetration spaceship chamber that we're all going to witness this Sunday. Thanks for the super chat, Brett. You're awesome. Lucha House Party sucks. Individually, they're superb wrestlers. As a unit with piñatas, I fucking hate them. I would like to see Elias take that guitar and go, bah, 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 bah. Just do one swing, but hit all three of them in the face. Oh my god, I would mark out. Oh god. All right, we're gonna gyrate now, and we're gonna lift our shirt up. Okay, that's what I need to see. Perfect, excellent, awesome. I don't even think I could keep track of a cruiserweight scramble. I'd get dizzy just watching it. There's a gauntlet match set for SmackDown tomorrow? Son of a bitch. Oh no, now they're gonna play? Play us some Santana. Hey, Kalisto looks pretty comfortable. Oh wait, never mind. No, he doesn't. Oh, yes, he does. Even Elias is laughing. He's like, damn, you're pretty good. And then we got the super soaker or whatever that thing is that he's spinning around. Oh my god. What am I watching? I'm a grown man in my 40s watching this.
Hey, Ty, I can't believe about that, but, I mean, would you like to do a duet with Elias right now?
Yes, do it. Oh, I'm sorry, Bub. Bub gave up. He was trying to get my attention, and I wouldn't acknowledge him, and he's sadly walking away with his head down. I'm sorry, buddy. Oh, why would you do that? The robe flowing in the wind. Oh, where'd they get the fake guitar from? Oh no, now Lashley's coming out? Yeah, I was taking suggestions. I'm going to film a couple of chamber matches tonight for watch-alongs. I'm going to try to put up one tomorrow and then like one Thursday or something. But I don't think I'm going to do 2002, the one where Shawn won. I got a couple other ones in mind, but you guys on Friday when I did the live stream, you were throwing out suggestions, and I think I've got the two that I'm going to do, so. All right, here comes the almighty Bobby Lashley. So last week he was supposed to defend the title against Finn Balor. He put Lio Rush in the match instead. Balor beat him, and now I guess Lashley gets to decide if Balor earns a title shot. The rules in WWE are so fucked. Yeah, Joey, that's actually, of the two I'm doing, 2006 is one of them. I had already decided that, because that was one of the first ones to pop in my head. Because I don't remember many of them either, so I was asking you guys for, like, suggestions. And of all the ones you guys suggested, I'm going to pick the one that you guys mentioned the most. So one's going to be in 2006, and I'll let y'all know the other one in a couple days. I cannot believe that Elias turned heel like this. Yeah, 05. I can't remember who even won 2005. Yeah, it's funny, Rajiv, that I felt like WWE has had that mentality for a while now. You know, Cena got over and became that next level star, but even as big as Cena became, he wasn't like Austin because, you know, WWE was relying on Austin so heavily, especially in like 98, 99 before The Rock got super over. Had Austin gone down during that point, that would have severely hurt them. When Cena was on top, even though he was huge, without him, the WWE machine would have continued to run, and they wouldn't have been really threatened at the end of the day. Where Austin, there was just so much relying on him. Kind of like the 80s, so much relying on Hogan. So I've always felt for a while that WWE would rather have people buy a ticket to come see the WWE than to come see one particular wrestler. And they don't want to have to rely on anybody like that again. Because even Hogan, the Babe Ruth of wrestling, left WWE and went to WCW. So they never want to put all their eggs in one basket again. And I can understand that. That's smart business. You know, they really have become the Ice Capades. You know, you're going to watch the presentation, the entire show, not one specific person or match. And I miss the days of people buying a ticket to watch one particular match. You know, WrestleMania and big pay-per-views are sold out before a card is even announced. You know, kind of like All Elite Wrestling. It doesn't matter that we got Jericho and Omega announced. They were going to sell that out without one single match. If they wouldn't have announced anything, you know, say it's just going to be a wrestling ring, and you're going to stare at an empty ring for 3 hours, people still would have bought tickets and sold that building out. So I think that should be the mentality of all companies, you know. Try to build stars, don't get me wrong, you know, but don't rely on one particular person anymore. So I can understand Vince not wanting nothing to do with that. Yeah, and Chris, that interesting point. Thanks for your super chat as well. Do you think the follow-up to Double or Nothing is just as important as the show itself because they might set the bar too high? Yes. And if they do stack up Double or Nothing with all sorts of crazy shit, they get a couple of defectors from WWE, CM Punk makes an appearance, you get as crazy things that you can imagine happen on that show, and then you got to follow it up a couple months later in Jacksonville. You better put together a good show, otherwise you got, you know, you're going to go from here to here in the span of a couple months. So I'm counting on the fact that everybody in charge in All Elite Wrestling is smart enough to know that, and I'm going to trust them to run their company. But you're right. Mandy, what are you saying? Yeah, I still think everybody needs the megastar, Catherine. I think All Elite Wrestling has that in Omega, and WWE had that in Roman Reigns until he got sick. Now they're in need of another one, and hopefully that's another thing that teaches WWE a lesson here, because it looked like they were putting all their eggs in the Roman basket for so long. people like Braun Strowman and everybody was sacrificed at the expense of getting Roman over. Then he got leukemia. And it's like all that for nothing. So yeah, like you need more than one of those guys too. Otherwise, if something happens, you're missing that big star. But all in all, WWE just doesn't seem to have that problem anymore. Fans are buying tickets regardless. Oh yeah, that's right. I forgot that he got the hell beaten out of him too. Richie Williams, what's going on, man? Let's go check our audience over here. All right, 250-ish in here. Not bad. Not a bad week. Make sure you subscribe. Trying to climb up to 26,000 on the channel. We should get there pretty soon. And I'll be up here this coming Sunday reacting to the Elimination Chamber. A lot of videos planned this week. You know what, guys? You're going to see my face a fucking lot this week. You're going to get sick of me. Because tomorrow I'm going to try to have a Elimination Chamber watch-along up. Probably have another one up on Thursday. Friday, I'm probably going to do live predictions again. I did live predictions for the Royal Rumble. I liked it. It was easy. And I'll probably do that on Friday. And then on Sunday, I'll be up here reacting to the pay-per-view. That's a whole lot of me. So get ready for a long week. Okay, Elimination Chamber handicap match for the IC title. Balor, Lashley, and Leo for the title, which means Balor can pin Leo to win it. Huh. What's going on here? Why is McIntyre coming out? I'm curious what McIntyre's going to do at WrestleMania 2. Doesn't look like they're going to... It actually looks like The Undertaker's going to take this year off, which just blows my mind. Unless they fast-track him to something here. But I think McIntyre could be another good potential opponent for Undertaker. Yeah, they didn't. Well, Catherine, they didn't until right now. They have that person now. WWE does not have that one person that connects with all the fans. I think they do. They got Becky Lynch right now. But yeah, prior to her, they really don't, because Roman was being booed by half of everybody. Cena, same thing. And some of the people that were over, they were heels, so the marks are going to boo them. It's just like nobody was getting behind anybody with like all of the support. It seems like Becky is the closest thing we've had to that, to where fans from all walks of life, young, old, male, female, whatever, are all pretty much on the Becky bandwagon. But again, that's a female. That's rare. You know, I said that at the beginning of Raw. I'm like, can you believe the most over, interesting, and most beloved wrestler on the roster right now is a female? You would tell yourself that 10 years ago, you'd be like, oh, get the fuck out of here. You know, are you kidding me? But it's for real. Richie, the 25th is your birthday? Is the 25th a Monday? Then yeah. What's today, the 11th? Oh yeah, so 2 weeks from now would be the 25th. Yes, sir. I'll be sure to wish you happy birthday, so come join us. We'll have cake. Cake for Richie. You want me to go to All Elite Wrestling? I don't know. I don't know who The Undertaker would face. The Rock match, I don't know if that would even work. Probably wouldn't. I don't see him working with The Rock. I'm starting to think Taker's not going to work at all. We've heard no plans of him. I'm still super confused about what's going on with the Hall of Fame. We haven't heard a peep from WWE about the Hall of Fame. Even the report of the Hart Foundation going in, we've seen no confirmation from them. So I don't know what's going on there. And I would just really like to see The Undertaker go in this year, but if that's starting to look less and less likely with each passing day. But I'm guessing that, like, we got to start getting that announcement a week from today. Right after the Elimination Chamber. One more pay-per-view left until the big show. They got to start announcing some names. Oh yeah, it's Ric Flair's birthday celebration as well. All right, Richie, you and Ric Flair, we're going to do some celebrating. Oh, sweet. Tito just signed with All Elite Wrestling. Thank God. He can start paying the bills around here. This rent is expensive. Oh, there you go. Kick both their asses. So Lashley and Leo are just out at ringside for Balor and McIntyre. Okay. Dolphin Sonny hooked up? Yeah, I heard about that. That's gross. I wonder what year that was. Maybe when she went in the Hall of Fame? Because she was looking pretty good then. She had, like, gotten herself together. And now she's a mess again. That'd be hilarious if WWE forgot about the Hall of Fame. Whoopsie. Everybody shows up, and then there's nobody to go in. They'll start pulling people out of the crowd. Hey, have you gone in yet? Go on up there, make a speech. Thank your parents and shit. Oh, here comes Angle. Angle with the slow jog. Angle and Lashley? Oh, Lord. Angle and Lashley. Damn, he's taking on Lashley and McIntyre? Go, Angle. I think 2001 Kurt Angle could beat both their asses by himself, but I'm not sure about 2019. Oh, Lord, ankle lock, poor Leo. He's going to pull his ankle off and just go into the back with it. Use it as a doorstop. Oh, Applebee's. How you doing? Your little vest. Oh, you're not even wearing a vest today. You're being lazy. Where's your flair? You're not wearing any flair. You're just out there vestless like an idiot. In goddamn slacks. Oh, now there's 3 of them beating the hell out of Angle? Oh, here comes. I was about to say, where's Strowman? Still don't know where this is all going to wind up leading. Strowman and McIntyre. Are they booked for Chamber? Oh, man. I mean, we're going to get another tag match. Feels like we're setting up for that. We're going to get a 6-man. Balor, Angle, Strowman against Corbin, McIntyre, and Lashley. Oh, man. I guarantee you. We're going to go to commercial and come back. If you're just joining us, this is an impromptu 6-man match or whatever. Maybe that will happen. Balor versus Angle at Mania? Maybe. I still think if they do the Kurt Angle retirement thing, it needs to be AJ. I don't know how you get there. AJ's on another brand, but they might. They might be able to figure out a way to do that. Scythus, thanks for the super chat. What's my favorite CM Punk match and or feud? Oh God, in WWE? Favorite match? Match with Cena at Money in the Bank. Match with Brock at SummerSlam. Both top of my list. I thought his match with Undertaker at WrestleMania was good. Those are some of my favorites that stick out. Favorite feud? Hardy. Jeff Hardy. Maybe. Oh, Joey G. Thanks for another one, dude. 03 Angle versus 91 Brett, or 97 HBK versus 2000 Rock. Angle Brett. The pure wrestling fan in me wants to see those guys. I mean, The Rock and HBK, they weren't really mat wrestlers. They were more flash, super kicks, people's elbows, moonsaults, shit like that. Brett and Angle, my God. That would be a beautiful thing to watch. But Sean and Rock, both in their prime one-on-one, would have been a thing of beauty. That's a whole lot of sexy right there in one match. If you added me as the referee, it would just be like overload, right?
It's not delivery, it's DiGiorno. I'm Jimmy Dean, and I wish I could tell you how I feel about a morning like this.
All right, I'm going to grab another one of these very strong IPAs. I'll be right back.
It's a great way to kick off the day. This is not a test or high school science lab.
Be right back.
And it's far more intense than any video game. It's nothing like running for class president, checking in with your friends online, or the first time you got behind the wheel. Out here, it's not where the seat takes you, but who it makes you. Get up to a $40,000 bonus when you start today. Nice place.
Look, isn't that Frank Thomas?
The big hurt.
More like the big hunk. Wow, Frank Thomas.
Hi, how's it going?
Good. You look like you could still be playing. That's what I said.
Well, I am feeling stronger and leaner.
All right.
So, Frank, what's your secret?
We are back. We are back.
I wish my husband did.
It's easy. Just send a text. If you're a guy,
All right, still commercial break. I'd be really curious to see if I come back and we see a six-man match going on.
the number one selling free testosterone.
All right, we are back. Did y'all miss me?
Is a unique man-boosting formula powered by Testofen, a patented ingredient clinically researched to help boost your free testosterone levels, to help you feel stronger, leaner.
Yeah, Catherine. Rock and Sean, like I said. My God.
Try a bottle. And trust me, she'll like it too. Text 321321 and enter ABLE to get a
LOD versus Heart Foundation in their prime. Luna, we came close to seeing that. It's a rare match. It was on a Coliseum video somewhere. They faced each other in like 91 or 90 maybe. Somewhere in there. That was close to their prime. I mean, Heart Foundation was at the top of their game. They were champs, I think. Or about to be champs. And LOD had just come into WWE. So maybe a year or two before for each team, they would have been more in their prime, but it was pretty close. That match exists somewhere. Pretty sure it was like a double DQ. But I agree, I would like to see a program, like a feud between the two teams. WWE wasn't much in the habit of doing babyface versus babyface stuff back then, but I wish they could have made an exception. I mean, that's pretty much why the Nasty Boys beat the Heart Foundation at WrestleMania. Because otherwise, you could, I mean, they should have done that. You should have had Heart Foundation versus LOD at SummerSlam. Actually, no, I take that back because then Brett wouldn't have won the Intercontinental title. But Brett, you know, the Heart Foundation losing the titles allowed a heel team to go in and get beat by LOD. Yep, six-man tag. Look at that. Big surprise. I was like, I wasn't even surprised when they came back from commercial break. I didn't even say it. I'm like, yeah, that's what I figured. I mean, you got all six of these guys all involved with each other, storyline-wise, with Balor and Lashley, and then the other four guys. I just don't know what they're going to wind up finally doing with Angle at WrestleMania.
Wait. Bobby Lashley said that he was going to consider even having an Intercontinental Championship match. He can't just consider it.
He didn't say guarantee, Renee.
Luna, I would not recommend smoking time. That would be horrible.
Lashley and Leo Rush in a 2-on-1 handicap matchup Sunday at the Elimination Chamber pay-per-view event. Balor, if he pins Lashley or Rush, either one, or gets him to tap out.
Have I ever heard the story of Taker using the Hell's Gate on Austin in the early 90s? Like in WCW? Is there footage of that? That would be cool. I don't remember Mean Mark doing too many submissions back then. Man, he was so stupid and agile when he was young. That's probably a pretty cool visual if that match exists. I suppose it could have been done in Texas. They were both in that territory maybe near the same time. but I've never heard of that.
Angle slam, trying to put this one away, and McIntyre with a kick to the midsection. Angle catches McIntyre with a boot to the face, and Kurt Angle with plenty left. This will drop kick,
Stalking Drew McIntyre.
and now Angle with the angle slam. Here's the cover to win this matchup, and it's Baron Corbin saving things for his team. Baron Corbin doesn't want to give Braun Strowman any opportunity. And look at Lashley.
Steve, he talked about it as a weird Japanese hold. I can even hear him saying that.
McIntyre looking to take advantage. Hooks the leg. Angle stays in it at 2.
It's pretty solid teamwork here out of Drew McIntyre, Bobby Lashley, and Baron Corbin. Can't deny that.
Sharp 12-6 elbows from Baron Corbin, just wearing down the WWE Hall of Famer. Remember, Baron Corbin's the reason that Kurt Angle is no longer the general manager of Monday Night Raw. No, Michael Cole. Kurt Angle.
War Raiders are a perfect example of a team that I don't want to leave NXT. They're so good.
Best GM we've had in ages. You crazy?
If they come to the main roster, they'll be heavy machinery, making milkshakes in the fucking backstage area.
Near fall again by Corbin.
Baron Corbin's ruined things for everybody. I mean, yeah, he took
I don't know. McIntyre could still be in line for a big push.
championship matchup.
Is this match over for y'all or something?
I'm pretty content with who the Universal Champion is right now, Renee. I'm a big fan of Brock Lesnar.
Oh yeah, where is he?
And here's Bobby Lashley.
I don't think anything that happens right now currently, because what McIntyre right now is doing on TV is so fucking meaningless. He picks up a loss in a 6-man, who cares? It's not gonna bury him or nothing, but seems like WWE really doesn't know what to do with him either. But they should do whatever they do with him. They should keep him at a contender status. That way, after WrestleMania, and you get on the other side of Brock and Seth, and hopefully Seth is the new Universal Champion, there's going to be title matches aplenty for everybody, and I would like to see McIntyre be one of those dudes. There's also the shakeup coming up. Send McIntyre over to SmackDown. He can dominate over there. He's in the land of giants right now in WWE. Lashley, Strowman, Lesnar, guys like that. Corbin's big. Ew, Angle slobbering. Oh, I forgot all about the Andre Battle Royal. Good question, Vontae. McIntyre could be a reasonable candidate for that, although I'd like to see him do something a little more memorable. I mean, the last couple of Battle Royals have been... We got another knock on the door again. Be right. Why does this keep happening to me? We had another one happen. We had one happen last week too. It was a girl selling Girl Scout cookies. This is a kid trying to sell something. I'm like, dude, I'm in the middle of a live stream. I'm watching Raw, man. Can't help you out. Yeah, who was here last week? Remember? It's like a knock on the door. Although I would have bought some Girl Scout cookies, but I already have too many. That's the Vash. That's the type of knock that it was. The way the door knocked, I was expecting to hear housekeeping. I'm like, oh shit. No, I'm good. House is clean. Super clean. Oh man, there's little Girl Scout killers. Have they made a movie about that yet? Little Girl Scouts going around to houses, trying to sell cookies and then murdering people? Oh man, that's a movie right there. What are you talking about, Mac tonight. I don't give a fuck if your daughter's a Girl Scout. I don't know your daughter. And I did buy Girl Scout cookies. I just didn't buy it from the girl that showed up at my house last week during the stream. So don't assume anything. You dumbass. Yeah, Nick, you're gonna knock on my door. It has to be the secret knock. If you know the secret knock, you can come in. I can put you. I'll move over and pull up a chair right next to me, and we'll watch Raw. Kind of interesting though. It's 2 weeks in a row during the stream I've had a knock on my door. Doesn't often happen. Yeah, what's going to be up to you guys? You got to come up with the name of that movie. Killer Girl Scouts going around murdering people. Think of the name of that movie. What would you call it? Something with a good pun, I would hope. ACF, we got the 6-man deal going on now. We've had 10 commercial breaks since this shit started. It's kind of a throwaway segment here. They're really burning some time. We're about halfway through Raw now. I don't know what's going on. And now they're flooding us with Total Bellas commercials. Wonderful. Ew. Catherine, don't get any ideas, girl. Total Bellas. All right, we're back to action here. 6-man match. Nicholas's dad is the referee. And this match is the match that just keeps on going. I think babyfaces are going to wind up winning this match. Because I think heels won last week, or was it DQ, right? Oh, thank you, Acer, for the tweet. You're always tweeting out my shit. Reading a funny text message. I will not bitch slap my boss, Elizabeth, I promise. The San Diego Girl Scout Massacre. That's alright. S'more no more. Good one, Catherine. Scouts of Apocalypse. Yeah, Teddy Long didn't book this match, but his spirit lives on. I'm sure you are, Catherine. They showed a clip on YouTube, or on, not YouTube, on Twitter. WWE posted something of like Nikki Bella on a date, and I'm like, God, ugh. Just, Jesus, some douchebag she's dating. Cutie cookie cutters. Cookie cutie cutters. Cookie monsters, that's a good one. Little evil bitches running around slashing. Man. You guys are coming up with some good ones, though. Now, they still have Total Divas, right? So there's Total Divas and Total Bellas? I'm confused. And then there's Total Miz, or wait, Miz and Mrs., or whatever. Jesus, man. Baron Corbin needs a reality show. How to suck at being an Applebee's waiter. Damn, that was a sweet Claymore right to Strowman. What's on the agenda for Ambrose tonight? Does he have a plan? Is he going to show up with EC3 or something? Curious if we're going to see him or not. All right, Lashley's got Balor all set up here for something. Yeah, I think I want to see Balor and Lashley work Mania. They got the Elimination Chamber match. They might do a rematch at Fastlane, and then if Lashley remains champion throughout all that, have the Demon maybe win the title at WrestleMania. Or win the title and defend it against Lashley at WrestleMania. That would be alright, too. Well, he's got him set up for the Coup de Gracie. Jesus, Lashley is freakishly strong. Yeah, I find his lack of eyebrows disturbing. He didn't finish very good. What the fuck? And then they do a wonky-ass finish on top of all that? We have to sit through all that nonsense. And then we got Balor's foot on the rope, but the 3 count anyway. All right, fine, whatever. Joey G, thanks for another super chat, dude. I'm definitely going 87 Eddie or I'm sorry, 97 Eddie and 87 Ricky for sure. Oh, that match would be beautiful. Penis Druids versus Choppy Choppy. Oh my god, could you imagine Kai and Tai with a sword hacking up all the giant penises? Oh my god. Oh no. Please no. The bearded referee is going to stop this and reverse it? If they continue this match? Oh, for fuck's sake. Oh, they're going to restart the match. Yes, Clover, first timer. Of course, there's going to be a delay in these streams. I'm probably a good 30 seconds behind. Welcome to 3-Hour Raws, ladies and gentlemen. 7 years of this stuff. And because of these long-ass Raws, this is the type of shit they have to do now. It took them forever to set up the match. They had a singles match to start. Then they went to commercial. And then they had the 6-man match, which they already had a commercial break in that. And now they got another non-finish, and they're going to restart the match, another commercial break. By the time this shit's over, it's going to be an hour long. And nothing is going to be solved at the end of it. Monday Night Raw. Catch it. Somehow, despite this ridiculousness, we got 250 people in here watching. That's not horrible. If you're, make sure you mash that like button. Let's try to get them up to like 200 likes at least. Got a few dozen new subscribers coming in, so make sure you subscribe. I'm up here every Monday night, watching Monday Night Raw, suffering through Monday Night Raw. You're going to see a lot of me this week. 2 Elimination Chamber watch-alongs coming, predictions on Friday, and I'll be up here on Sunday reacting to the pay-per-view. So you're going to get a whole lot of me this week. So get ready. Eat your Wheaties. A snack worth dying for. That would be a great tagline, Catherine. Hilarious. Ben Lincoln's put King of the Ring 93 on instead? Sure. I did a review of that show. It's actually in the description to this video. My King of the Ring 93 review. I did a review on that for the 25th anniversary last June. Love that show. Man, these shows, like in these in-between weeks, but the thing about this is a go-home show, technically. Ugh. I can understand some of these middle-of-the-road Raws, and you're just throwing shit at us. Nothing meaningful happens, but this is like a go-home show. Yeah, we don't get Fonte. No, I didn't see the Grammys. I was kind of making fun of the Grammys last night on Twitter because I don't watch. I'm completely illiterate and oblivious to like modern music. I don't even know who the fuck Cardi B is. So I don't really know anything about it, so I don't watch it. But I was seeing all the pictures come across Twitter. And I'm like, the crazy ass outfits these people are wearing. I'm like, what am I looking at here? So I was kind of like making fun of it. But I think they had some cool moments on there. Like I heard great things about the Alicia Keys performance and all of that. So it wasn't without its good moments, I'm sure. But it's just all that shit's over my head. You know, like I don't know any of these acts and don't know anybody. I recognize Alicia Keys, Beck, people like that, but who the fuck is Cardi B? Oh, let's all welcome teenaged, picked last for the gym class Twitter troll. Frank is here. Let's all say hi to him, because he's fabulous. Oh, hi, Miz. I still haven't seen your show. And guess what? I'm not gonna. Hope that's okay. Yeah, Catherine, I don't know. I wouldn't know. Like, I literally listen to, like, no modern music at all. I might as well be 90 years old, because that's the way I act. Music is so bad these days. In my day, it was better. I'd much rather watch the Slammies. And actually, speaking of the Slammies, I've been putting together my WrestleMania week of videos, and I think I'm going to review a couple Slammies. I'm going to review the 90s versions. They did it in 96 and 97. They did it in 86 and 87 as well, but I think the 90s version might be a little bit more fun because there's more recognizable names for like my audience. So those are kind of like on my list of videos that I'm going to do during WrestleMania week. It's going to be a long week. Thanks for the super chat, Dominique. I appreciate that. You think it would be better if I started streaming during one or two of the main events of WrestleMania so you have more time to talk about the rest after? Yeah, I got to think about what I might not even stream at all for WrestleMania. But even if I did react to the entire WrestleMania pay-per-view, I would stay up after. I wouldn't shut it off. I'd just drink a 5-hour energy and be ready to rock and roll that day, and I'd stream for hours. So it really wouldn't be a problem of me like signing off early or anything like that. I'd stay with you, but I also might want to enjoy the show and just maybe tweet instead, so I gotta decide what I want to do there. I'm kind of thinking about reacting to the whole thing, though. I just think it would be great for the channel. And I remember last year, a lot of other YouTubers were doing the same thing, so I might do that. Still up in the air what I'm gonna do, but I appreciate the super chat and your support as always. You are awesome. I have no one to thank but myself. I'd like to thank myself. I cannot believe this match is still going on. Nobody helped me. Not you, Mom. Not you, Dad. And certainly not you, my lousy brother, Brett. I did it by myself. What I always thought was weird about the 90s versions of the Slammy Awards is that they had commentary. They had Jerry Lawler and Vince McMahon calling the show. Fucking weird. They didn't do that in the 80s. Condos, I never use them. That reminds me of when when Gorilla Monsoon told Bobby Heenan, he goes, "You need to go see your oculist." And Bobby goes, "There's nothing wrong with my feet." Hilarious. Strowman, where have you been? Oh, Lord. This is a 4-hour-long match. I don't even care who wins at this point. Come on, go tag your partner, dude. Man, Strowman and Lashley is a match I wouldn't be surprised if WWE put together at some point. Oh, Lord. Jesus. The only thing that you can do to salvage this match is to let Braun Strowman get his hands on Lio Rush and throw him into the upper deck. Oh, here comes Strowman running. All right, picks up the spare with Baron Corbin. And Lio Rush just... Yeah, Lio Rush was the extra point. Lio Rush was the 2-point conversion on that. What's going on, Chaz? I'm doing great. How are you? Thanks for joining. We're right in the middle, right smack dab in the middle of very average Monday Night Raw. Probably below average. Oh my god, terrible German by Angle on the Corbin on the outside. Yeah, this one's rough. And this match right now that we're right in the middle of has been going on at least for 30 minutes. It started with a singles match, moved to a 6-man. We had 7 commercial breaks and a restart. And this shit's still going on. I don't know who's legal. Not even sure if the referee's legal at this point. This match goes on for another 5 minutes. I'm going to get constipated. Alright. Lashley's down. Tags to Balor. Oh, Balor's going to coup de Gracie here and pin him. He has to. He's got to help set up the IC title match. He's got him. Okay, good. Did it take 35 minutes to get to that point? You could have done that a lot quicker. You could have brought out Ty Dillinger to have a one-on-one match with somebody. Or is he on SmackDown? Apparently he wanted to go back to NXT. They're like, nah. Joey G, I am more jealous of you by the day. Now you're eating chicken salad? I love chicken salad. I can make a good chicken salad, too. Well, you know. No, but for real, I can make, like, real good chicken salad. Just a little sourdough toast, chicken salad. Delicious. Devs30, thanks for a super chat incoming, man. I appreciate that. Prime of their careers, HBK versus AJ, or Sting versus Taker. That's similar to the one earlier with Shawn and Rock and Brett and Angle. I just think Brett and Angle would be such a fun match. I'm going HBK and AJ. I think just the level of just how good they are would be so fucking good. I mean, Sting and Taker would be epic. They'd be two completely different types of matches, though. You know? My cat can book better show than this, yeah. Oh, Solid Monster said that? Yeah, Solid Monster's a cat guy like myself. I got 2 cats, so maybe his cat and my 2 cats can form the new WWE creative team. Go tweet Solid Monster, tell him that. We'll get a cat booking committee. Tito, Bub, and whatever the fuck his cat's name is. Put them together. Owens, what are you doing at a bowling alley? Look at Owens bowling. That's hilarious. Why are you choosing to send this message from the bowling alley? Why not your living room? Or your car? Or Dairy Queen? 1 more month? He's up. They're like, you're up, dude. Now, if he goes and throws a strike, I'm going to die. Y'all know about my bowling career, right? I used to be like a semi-pro bowler. Let's see his form here. Oh, that's terrible. 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 Keep your body square. Follow through. Fucking idiot. That was interesting. I wasn't expecting a Kevin Owens bowling alley promo from his cell phone in terrible quality. All right, Nikki Cross. She got Alicia with her. Like if they, if she teams up with Alicia Fox, like the name of their tag team should be Batshit. Making their way to the ring at a total combined weight of 398 pounds. Batshit. Is this new theme music for Nikki? It doesn't match what she's doing. I don't know, man. Sir Joseph, I threw a pretty sick hook and I had perfect form. I've had 11 300 games, Brett. 1 came in a tournament. But that's why I would never be I couldn't be professional because pros have had like 50 plus or more perfect games. And it took me forever to finally get my first one. I rolled 2 299s before I rolled my first 300. 299s are painful. That's 11 strikes and then a 9 count on the final ball. I did that twice before I got my first 300. Ugh. I started to doubt myself that I could ever do it. And then finally, once I got my first one, they felt like they were coming pretty rapidly after that. It's all like psychological. All right, we got Ruby Riott and Nikki Cross. This will be interesting. It's the same theme? It seems different. I thought she came out to the same theme Sanity had. The theme just sounded different to me. But then again, I don't pay attention. Ah, shit. They were talking about that earlier, Razor Demon, so that's a thing? Let's look that up. Mustafa is out. What happened to him? Oh, that sucks, man. Oh, that sucks. Oh, I see. Oh, man, that's gnarly. Oh, that black eye. Ooh, I was not completely unaware of that. So what did he do? Did he catch a shot? Was that, when did he get injured? Was it on SmackDown or was it at a house show? Sean Ross Sapp reports this. What's going on, Sean? Friend of ours. Oh, man, that's just horrific. Horrific. Damn it. Oh, that's funny. The Pete Weber. Oh, I cannot stand Pete Weber. I've met Pete Weber a couple of times, and like what he does in those bowling, he just thinks he's a wrestler, and he's a fucking punk. Hate him. He always thought he was. He always did the PDW. He thought he was Rob Van Dam. I always want to slap the shit out of his cocky ass. Ugh. Wear his fucking glasses. Oh man, that's a bummer about Mustafa Ali. So I guess tomorrow night they're going to replace him on SmackDown? I'm holding out hope that Mustafa can still do something big at WrestleMania. I like the idea of him challenging Daniel Bryan for the title. I'd have no problem with that at all. Mike Witt, thanks for the super chat. And is KO coming back as a face? It might be. He was at a bowling alley with his family. He did make a point twice in the promo to say that he was coming back in like a month's time, which makes me think he could show up prior to that. He might just be swerving us, working us, shows up at the Elimination Chamber and interferes somewhere, or does something. I could see that happening. I could see him being cleared now and just trying to throw us off. But if he did that, I don't know where they would place him. If he did do a run-in or showed up out of the blue and surprised anybody, where would that be? If he's, you know, and if he's back in a month, he's got time to be set up for something at WrestleMania. And they're going to have to do it quick. If he doesn't come back for a month, that only leaves him a month until WrestleMania. So I'll be curious what they do with him. Oh, no kidding. Is that what he did, Dan? He sat up during the Garvin Stomp? Ooh, was that the one on SmackDown? I watched most of that match. I didn't even notice that. I didn't even notice his busted eye. Fuck me. Yeah, Ray's not booked. Ray replacing Mustafa. I can see that. Replace one babyface with another one. Ray's a good pick. Nothing's announced yet for him one-on-one, right? With Almas. So they might be saving that one. Yeah, Owens has had a couple of pictures surface since his injury where he's looked smaller. This is not the first one. So yeah, I think he did slim down a little bit, which is good. KO versus Bryan. I mean, only if Kevin Owens is a babyface. If they got time to get him babyface and in a program with Bryan, and they can do all of that before WrestleMania, then sure. I still think Bryan, though, defending the title, there's other options for him. Yeah, Lashley took him out, so maybe Owens returns, and now that Lashley's a heel, he takes out Lashley or costs him the title against Finn Balor, perhaps. I don't know. I mean, there's also the possibility that if Kevin Owens is turning babyface, that maybe Balor isn't going to win the Intercontinental title at all. I've got Balor all set up in my head to win the Intercontinental title at WrestleMania. I think that would be a great moment, but if you follow the storyline, Kevin Owens could now come back as a babyface. He could challenge Bobby Lashley and beat him for the title at WrestleMania. I don't know which one I'd prefer there. What do y'all think? What would you prefer? Balor beating Lashley for the title at Mania, or Owens beating Lashley for the title, Intercontinental title at WrestleMania? Who's Yolanda Adams? That's Titus's girlfriend? Way to go, Titus. Why is... It seemed like Ruby Riott has super short hair one week and then it's long the next. Nikki, calm down, girl. You crazy. Man, Nikki Cross is piling up a lot of losses here. She lost last week, didn't she? And here we got Ruby Riott. She's got a title shot at Elimination Chamber, so I can't see her losing here. I think she's going to wind up beating Nikki Cross. Oh, Renee. Finn Balor will win the title. Sweet. We've got a member of the WWE creative team in the chat. Say hi to Space Williams. Thanks for cluing us in on that. So lucky to have people like that here come in here to tell us what's going to happen. I'm so blessed. Bobby Lashley WrestleMania entrance going to be lit. How so? Maybe with Leo Rush dancing around. I want to see the Demon, man. I want to see... I love this shit. They're still... Oh, Ronda and Becky. Why does somebody need to get this much advice about whether or not to fucking apologize? Even Ronda's pleading her case to her. She touched her? By the way, Nikki Cross and Ruby Riott, fuck you. I don't like the soul searching that Becky has to do. I think that's silly. This is not a big deal. Like, if they're trying to make her like Austin, if this same thing was proposed to Austin, hey, just say you're sorry and you can have your match, do you think Austin would be moping around backstage asking everybody, including his WrestleMania opponent, if he should apologize? Fuck no. So at the end of this, I'm guessing that Becky is going to beat up the McMahons again. And then maybe tomorrow, they announce that since Becky didn't cooperate and didn't apologize, Charlotte will now be facing Ronda Rousey. How much you want to bet they do that? Freak out the wrestling world, only to have it all come back to where Becky gets in the match anyway. But that might be what they use to get Charlotte into the match. Let's say Becky doesn't cooperate later. They say, okay, fine, you leave us no choice. Ronda will now be defending against Charlotte, and then Becky finds her way back into the match after the fact, and it becomes a triple threat. And it becomes, like I said, like WrestleMania 20. Which isn't the worst thing in the world, because when you're following the storyline, Charlotte does have issues with Ronda. If it was up to me, I'd just leave the match one-on-one. I think that's what we would all like to see. But I don't want to hear anybody complain that it doesn't make sense if they do put Charlotte in the match, because it actually makes a ton of sense. Charlotte got fucked over at the Royal Rumble, and she didn't have a decision in the Ronda Rousey match at Survivor Series, so it makes plenty of sense to add her. I just think we all collectively hope that that doesn't happen. But if it does, and they do the same thing that they did at WrestleMania 20, like when Benoit tapped out Triple H, and Shawn Michaels happened to be in the match too, Charlotte can just play the role of Shawn Michaels. It can come down to Becky and Ronda. Ronda taps out to the disarmer, and all is right with the world in the end, right? That would be all right with me. Wouldn't be my first choice, but I could live with that. The question is, could the fans live with that? or will they lose their minds over that idea? My guess is they're going to lose their minds. They're always looking for a reason. Good question, Dawn. I don't know what I would do with Asuka. You know, I've wanted Asuka to face Charlotte for weeks now. I thought that would be great. But, you know, if she did and they do the outcome that I want to see Asuka get her win back. I don't know. That just gives Charlotte an awful lot of losses, too. Either way, I think Charlotte needs to go down at WrestleMania, but she's lost a lot. Part of me thinks WWE is going to put her in a match that she can win. I mean, it's very... All right. Ruby beat Nikki. I mean, it's also very possible that Charlotte, if she did face Asuka, beats her again. And then does the Benoit-Eddie moment with Becky at the end of WrestleMania. Champion Charlotte, champion Becky, big fucking hug or something. That's possible too. Nikki Cross is buried. Of course she is. She lost a match. Automatically means buried. A student of the game, that Mr. Pie and the Horse. Isn't it funny that when somebody says somebody is buried, you immediately know how old they are? You can immediately tell someone's age just by a comment. No, I don't think if they do a three-way that Becky taps out Charlotte. I think Ronda loses. She's been undefeated. I don't think it's a situation where they can do a triple threat if they wanted to protect Ronda, take the belt off of her, but keep her protected at the same time. Then you do that scenario. But I don't think that's what they need to do at WrestleMania. Ronda Rousey can take a loss. Not a big deal. She's been undefeated for a year. Just like Asuka last year. I was like, man, the fucking undefeated streak can't last forever. So she's going to have to lose. WrestleMania is the perfect place to do it. I don't know why the fans freaked out so much. And it's funny how the fans were so against Asuka losing last year, but apparently are perfectly fine with Ronda losing this year, even though it's the same goddamn scenario. Two undefeated badasses. You know, one of which the fans never wanted to see her lose and wanted to have a 5-year-long undefeated streak. And the other one, they can't wait to see her lose. So the fans don't know what the fuck they want. So I think Ronda Rousey needs to lose the belt. Even if it is a triple threat, I think Ronda needs to tap. It's been long enough. It's been a year. And it's time. And it's a great way to put Becky Lynch over. No, she's not buried at all, but damn, who has looked impressive since their call-up? Nikki Cross is just following suit. But Nikki Cross, luckily, her character is so strong that she can lose for 10 straight weeks, and all they have to do is just have her start winning matches, and the fans will be right back behind her. She's awesome. I don't know what they're currently doing with her here. I don't know why Ruby Riott couldn't just beat somebody else, but, you know, they're also giving her TV time and all that, so not everybody can be pushed to the world title right out of the gate. And plus, Ruby Riott's been on the roster for a while. What do y'all have against Ruby Riott? Ruby Riott beat Nikki Cross. Why is that a burial? Ruby Riott has a title match in 5 days or 6 days. It's not abnormal for a #1 contender to pick up a win or two on the way to the pay-per-view. It's not uncommon. Happens all the time. Nobody's buried. My God. Fuck. Yeah, exactly. Austin was buried by Bret Hart at Survivor Series and then in the submission match. He never recovered. He only went on to become the most popular star ever in history. Yeah, Sanity's one of, what, a dozen talents on the roster that have moved up from NXT that WWE's done shit with? Nikki Cross, they need as many female talents as they can get. And I'm telling you, a fucking loss on Raw to Ruby Riott isn't going to do shit to hurt Nikki Cross. Just WWE just has to decide if they want to push the girl or not. Yeah, the Asuka shit was frustrating because of what they had Carmella have the Money in the Bank after that, and the cash in, and then her winning the title, and it just screwed all up. Carmella was the monkey wrench in the middle of Asuka Charlotte. The problem I had with Asuka Charlotte was that they didn't continue it. I thought that feud could have gone all the way into SummerSlam. They could have stretched it for months, you know? This all got screwed up. And it took them till the end of the year. It took them till December to get back on track with Asuka. The longest detour ever. Yeah, everybody's talking about the Aladdin trailer. I guess Will Smith is the genie. See, I never saw the Aladdin cartoon. My sisters had all of those Disney movies, and I saw like everything up until like Little Mermaid, but I never saw like Aladdin or Lion King or any of that shit. So I don't know what the live action version, how it compares to the cartoon. I never saw it. But Will Smith is getting genie with it in that movie, apparently. Oh, we got a Rey Mysterio Golden Corral spot. Corey Graves, Catherine, seems like he's always in a Twitter battle with people. What is his problem? Yeah, I have no problem with Velveteen coming to the main roster as long as they do something with him. If he comes into the main roster the way Sanity did, now just leave him where he is. I don't want to see anybody leave NXT. NXT can just stay that way. Don't move anybody up. All right, we got Seth coming out at the top of the hour here. We know we don't have Brock on the show. Like Brock's going to go to Grand Rapids. Yeah, how you feeling, Seth? After your 900 F5s last week. I don't even know what the letters on his shirt means. FSRN. What the fuck does that mean? Oh, damn, how wheezy. Thanks for reminding us. We got a whole hour left? Jesus, man. Well, hopefully they won't mess with this match. I think that match is pretty much set. Rollins and Lesnar. It's going to be a good one. It's going to be a dandy. Yeah, we might get Paul Heyman. Yeah, exactly. That's my point, Lil Savage. As much as people say Asuka was ruined, she still never really got beat clean, you know? Charlotte was really the only one who tapped her out. It's not like she jobbed out. People are allowed to lose once. It's not the end of the world. Oh, that's what those letters mean? Seth freaking Rollins? That's dumb. I like the EC, F, and W one better from back in the day.
Dude, this year has been absolutely crazy, and to be honest with me,
I'm glad you're alright, Seth. I'm glad you didn't have to relearn how to talk after all those F5s.
this was the year I finally felt like Seth freaking Rollins. And I rode that wave of momentum all the way to the Royal Rumble when I achieved childhood dream of mine and punched my ticket to WrestleMania.
Nobody punches tickets anymore. It's an outdated
And I was on top of the world.
concept.
And then the next night, the bottom dropped out in the form of Brock Lesnar and 6 F5s.
I love the way Seth took those F5s. That was great.
Go home for a couple weeks because I had to think about some stuff. And I got some bad news, and I got some good news. Now, the bad news is I took 6 F5s,
Oh, you're fine.
and I hurt. I'm in pain.
Yeah, but WrestleMania is like a year away. You're all right.
12 months, maybe that's wear and tear from the last 15 years of my career.
Just please be careful between now and WrestleMania and don't get yourself hurt.
That I endured from those 6 F5s was like nothing I've ever felt my entire life. But the good news.
Catherine, what you doing with a rubber duck around a dog? What's going on there? I don't want to know.
And I'm still here.
You just got here. You're not still here.
I took 6 F5s.
Did Roman kick out of 20 F5s at Mania? No, 24. 24 F5s.
And if I can stand, then I can fight. And if I can fight, then I can stomp. And if I can stomp, then I can beat Brock Lesnar. And look, I had a lot of family and friends ask me after those 6 F5s, they said, what is it worth to you? What is the cost? And I had to look them in the eye and tell them, I don't care. If WrestleMania is the last match...
Can you imagine if Lesnar beats him at WrestleMania? Even I'll be canceling my network. I'll be so bummed out. No, I'll never do that. But...
If WrestleMania is the... Ladies and gentlemen...
Hey, good call on the Paul Heyman. What a surprise. What's going on, big fella? I just did a review of you from 2012, and you looked a hell of a lot younger than you do right now. And smaller. Brock is not there. I just said that Brock would never go to Grand Rapids. No, he's not there. See? Brock's not going to Grand Rapids. We're not stupid, Paul Heyman.
Surprise, surprise, what's new, Paul? Oh, it gets them every time because obviously ignorance is indeed bliss. But have no fear, for Paul Heyman...
I'm not afraid, Heyman. Don't worry about me.
Educate you. Actually, Mr. Rollins, I'm here to educate you. You see, Mr. Rollins, you are pontificating on the premise of a misguided notion that all men are created equal. And they're not.
Alright, so this is just going to be a promo. Sure, it'll be a good one. Heyman can hype it, that's for sure. Nobody's, debating that.
Brock Lesnar's DNA? I mean, come on! Admittedly, sir.
I was just wondering about Alexa Bliss. I don't know if she's going to have a moment of bliss segment or if she's just off the show in general. We might not see her.
Main eventer, one of, if not the best I have ever seen in my entire life. But Brock Lesnar is a beast. Brock Lesnar is a predator.
Brock Lesnar's a predator.
Is a career killer. Brock Lesnar is a merciless sadist with an unrepentant soul. So if you go into WrestleMania with the
Seth doesn't have a match for Chamber, does he?
do anything
He's got to do something between now and WrestleMania.
that will designate WrestleMania as the last match of your career, that is a task that we call a suicide mission. So here's fair warning, Seth Rollins. If you walk into WrestleMania and you try to take
Yeah, I watched the New Orleans thing. I saw Brock toss the belt at Vince. That's a work. They did that for the cameras.
you will be the architect of your own demise.
Bob, Mark, you can just turn up your volume.
And ladies and
Here, I'll show you. Say something, Greg. Say something. I don't want to say anything, but I have another computer with myself. See?
New Orleans thing. I saw Brock.
Totally loud. All you gotta do is turn up your volume.
But what you don't seem to understand,
Turn up your volume, Bob.
don't care. Brock Lesnar has held this industry, the industry that I love, more than anything in this world. He has held it hostage for 2 long years, and I will not stand for it anymore.
Damn, it has been 2 years, hasn't it? Jesus. God.
I do not care
Just-
if
damn.
WrestleMania is a suicide mission.
It was 2017 when he beat Owens for the title, right? Or when he beat Goldberg for the title. Damn.
I will sacrifice my body. I will sacrifice my heart. Paul, I will sell my soul to the devil. I will burn in hell if it means that Brock Lesnar does not leave WrestleMania as the Universal Champion. And Paul,
Really? Okay, Catherine. Well, if you say so.
prediction.
Let me go in here. Turn up the mic volume. It's up pretty high already. All right, I'm going to turn it up. Turn up the gain, too. All right. See if that's a little better. I have the microphone pointed away from me. I don't want to put the microphone next to the TV because it'll pick up too much of that sound. So I have it over here. So my voice is not pointing towards the microphone. I'm looking this way when I'm talking. But it's usually enough to pick it up. Sorry for the technical difficulties. But I've got myself pulled up on the computer over here. I can hear myself just fine, loud and everything. See? It's fucking loud. What's wrong with y'all? Oh, hi, Dean. We were just talking about you. You know, it's a shame that WWE did announce Dean Ambrose leaving because they could have turned it into a storyline. They could have done, down ice, they could have done an Ambrose versus Rollins loser leaves WWE match or something. Is it really better, Catherine? Really? Cool. I didn't even turn it up that much. My mic is already to max capacity on this, and then it's turned up pretty high on the physical mic too. Yeah? All right. Thanks, guys. All right, well, I'm sorry for the person that I thought was lying. I guess y'all couldn't hear me. Oh, let me have the mic. Sure, here you go.
I only got one thing to say to you.
Yeah, what's that, Dean? Should we call you John?
Slay the beast.
Oh, what, Dean's going to be on his side now? And that's it?
Show of support from Dean Ambrose to Seth Rollins here.
All right. Ambrose is going to sit there? All right.
I can't believe that just happened. Based on mutual respect, the love of this industry. Well, we understand Dean Ambrose is in action. Live next.
Well, good. The funny thing is, I will leave the audio levels, like, the entire year. I've left them the same. I never touch them. I have everything kind of, all my presets here, so every Monday I just leave everything the same. So I'll leave it the same now, too. I got it turned up to full blast, and hopefully that'll help y'all. Here I thought I had my streams together. Turns out I'm all quiet.
The all-new RAV4. Toyota. Let's go places.
Yeah, I don't know, man. If they're going to be adding matches to Chamber, they need to do that. The full card should be pretty much set. It's the go-home show. Oh yeah, Richie, I don't think we're really ever going to see WrestleMania at Madison Square Garden again. Only because it's too big now. It's going to be stadiums for life. So yeah, they're probably not going to go back there, for Mania anyway, ever again. Which is sad, but I understand.
New York's not on
Thanks, Bob. Here, I thought you was lying. Plus, I've never seen you in here before. So I needed confirmation from regulars that I was a quiet bitch. Has Brock been bad for WWE since he returned? No. I know everybody hates him being champion, but I like him. I like Brock. Ambrose just turned face. I don't know if he turned face. Usually when someone is leaving, too, they leave as a heel so they can be humiliated, you know? Pay attention to what? Dean Ambrose saying one line? Yeah, I paid attention. Still don't think that's a face turn. Sits down at commentary, didn't even give his wife a kiss. I don't think they're out there, though. The commentary team is up on the stage, right? But yeah, if they were at ringside, I think you should go over there and plant one on good old Renee. 97 Goldberg? Oh my god, Joey. 97 Goldberg's gonna squash me. I'll talk shit like an asshole on the mic, and then he'll beat me in 9 seconds. Probably on Thunder. Ugh. He's gonna kill me. Yeah, I'm going Goldberg on that one, Joey G. Oh, I hate it when they talk about how great they are. WrestleMania ever to Kansas City? I don't think so, unless they had a dome. I don't know if that's... I just worry about the weather. Hi, Peyton.
I feel like that would just be full circle to everything that we've dreamt and worked for the last 14 years. We've been through a lot and we have worked our butts off to get here. And that was our goal all along. It would just all be worth it.
Okay. Ugh. Legendary, you need to learn how to count and add, because it's impossible to beat anybody in 3 seconds. He's got to hit me with a move first, which is going to take 1 second. And then it takes 3 seconds to count me down, so the quickest he can beat me is 4, so you're dumb. Alright, who's Dean facing? Oh, EC3, of course. So, EC3, been to the, I don't know, the tanning bed recently, maybe? No? You should go. You're looking a little pale. Is he going to beat Ambrose again? Oh, a tap out? No, I would never tap out. Nope. He can only pin me. I wouldn't tap out. The best he could hope for is that I'd pass out like Austin, which again is going to take a whole lot longer than 3 seconds. Probably more like 10. So he got, what, rolled up and kind of schoolboyed and a quick upset last week, right? Let's see if EC3 can do it again. I mean, he is literally, EC3 is literally as orange as a basketball. Yeah, Dean Ambrose versus basketball.
Man, I don't know how I feel about you spending time around EC3.
Why? What's your problem with that?
I don't have a problem with it. Someone else might, though. Flying elbow from Ambrose and EC3.
Yeah, I don't know, what is this catchphrase? The top 1%? The top 1% of what?
And down goes
What's he in the top 1% of?
no doubt.
Tan dudes?
Superstar here, Corey and
Jersey Shore lookalikes?
limit here in WWE.
I don't know.
Like $1 million in phenomenal physical shape. Everything about EC3.
Oh man, that match would suck. EC3 and Kurt Angle? I'd rather see Angle and AJ.
When you're wearing shoes as expensive as he often does, I mean, there's good reason for that. I don't want to ruin those things. Ambrose whipped into the corner again. EC3 follows it up with a big clothesline. Off the second rope with a missile drop kick. Very athletic. EC3, tremendous shape. You believe he'll be a champion here in WWE, Corey? Without a doubt. Just a matter of time. A matter of taking advantage of the opportunities presented.
Alexa Bliss certainly seemed very impressed with EC3 last week.
Yeah, because she has eyes. And look at this. The power of EC3. Vertical suplex.
I don't even know if the fans care too much about this match either, to be honest.
Cover. Is it enough to beat Ambrose for the second straight week and a kick out?
Thanks for another one, Mike Witt. You've always said your dream match would be 88 Sting versus 97 RVD. That would be good. Versus 96 HBK. That would be good. Who wins? You say RVD? 97 RVD? I don't know. 96 HBK, though. He was top of his game. I'd probably go... God, but 88 Sting. Shit, that's a good match, man. I mean, athletically, like ring work-wise, RVD and HBK, I think, are better than an 88 Sting. But the 88 Sting, I think, arguably might have been a bigger star than 97 and 96 HBK and RVD. Still going HBK. Still going sexy boy.
I love it when he does that. Now believes in himself, obviously, and elbow directly to the heart of Ambrose. Would you rather look like EC3 or Jonah Hill? I mean, that's the
Yendi, greetings from Jamaica. Thanks for hanging out.
Oh my god.
pop culture expert now.
Okay.
EC3 posted himself.
Shows EC3, and this is the opening that Ambrose may need. Ambrose trying to recover his EC3 now. Watch, he hit the post hard here.
You know what's interesting with Dean Ambrose leaving? Is that is WWE scheduled to be at Madison Square Garden at any time between now and when Dean leaves? Would be fun if they did a curtain call with a Shield.
Bad EC3 caught him in the shoulder.
Like, how fun would that be? Like on Dean's last night or something?
Hook of the leg, shoulders down, kick out at 2, near fall for Ambrose.
Jamie, who would I have call Shawn and Razor at WrestleMania 10? I was alright with Vince and Lawler. I didn't hate Vince on commentary. For that match, they did a pretty good job of telling that story. I mean, ideally, you'd want to have Jim Ross in there, but I think Mauro Ranallo would be exceptionally good calling that WrestleMania 10 match. So I'd probably put like Mauro Ranallo and Dusty Rhodes. That would be my commentary team for WrestleMania 10, Jamie. All right, Ambrose scored a victory this time. What? Ambrose won? He's staying in WWE. Most uninspired Raw of the year, you might be right. I'm assuming they're going to a commercial here. I will be right back. 2 seconds.
Gotta be said for Dean Ambrose. You don't win as many championships as that man has in WWE without having your wits about you at all times. Well, still to come tonight, Becky Lynch has been getting a lot of advice from a lot of people back in the locker room area. What will she do? Will Becky apologize to McMahon, or will she give up her opportunity at WrestleMania?
Don't do it, Becky. The moment you apologize is the
Oh,
moment
now Alexa Bliss is giving advice? Oh my god.
weak. No, you're the man. And I'm just being honest, you know. A lot of us who are the ones here wish we could be more like you.
Alexa Bliss, what are you doing on Raw tonight?
Sorry.
Because if I don't apologize, then that frees up my place in the Raw Women's title match at WrestleMania, right? So tell me, Alexa, this unsolicited advice that you're giving me right now, this has nothing to do with with the fact that you would like my place at WrestleMania, right?
No.
No, Alexa Bliss would never do that. She's not a conniver.
Becky,
She's totes honest.
between yourself. There is not a
Yeah, EC3 is buried. Of course he is.
Fine then. Go out there and apologize. I don't care. Go out there and show everyone how you're just the same old Becky Lynch. But if you do that, no one's gonna see you as the man anymore. No. They're just gonna see you as the Irish girl that swallowed her pride and sold out.
What is the gauntlet match tomorrow? Is that to determine who's taking Ali's place?
is WrestleMania.
It's a shame about him, man. Alexa looks very mad. All right, so yeah, they got the gauntlet match. What are they doing here, Good, Gable, and Rude? Are the titles on the line now? I thought they would wait on this. Because I predicted last week whenever the Revival gets this title shot, they win the titles. And it should be in the main event. But it looks like they're not doing that if this match is happening now. So tomorrow they got the gauntlet match set. The winner enters the match last. That's crazy. But Mustafa Ali is not going to be in this. So not only do they have to replace Ali, they've got to do the gauntlet match to find out who goes in last. They got a lot to do tomorrow. I don't know what they're going to do there.
Sorry for making you wait so long for new episodes of Ms. and Mrs.
We're not just the it couple anymore. We're the it family.
Yes, yes, yes. Oh. This season, everything is bigger.
Oh my god.
2018 missed that. Got it. Shenanigans.
Yeah, I think judging from the injury, it doesn't look like he doesn't have any broken bones, right? So like Ali should be good to go at least for like WrestleMania. He probably just isn't going to get cleared for a Chamber. That's a shame.
Why does your mom have a paddleboat? Our show come to the service desk. Are you kidding me? So get ready, America, because the show is more.
Catherine, you're checking out already? All right, good night. Yeah, I was kind of hoping, like last week when we were watching this, I was pitching the idea of WWE really wanting to try to focus more on tag team wrestling. They got a good team as the tag team champions. Granted, they're slapped together. Rude and Gable are good. Put them in the main event against the Revival on Raw. Let them go 35. Like, put the main match on right now. Let this be the main event. Don't have another match. Hell, we might not. And have this match go all the way to the end and have the Revival win the titles in the main event. Do we have a main event segment? Oh, yeah, we do. It's Becky Lynch. So we're not going to get that here, obviously, but that's kind of what I wanted to see them do. And advertise the match ahead of time. So we're going to get this match, and then after that, I guess we're going to get Becky Lynch making her decision, which could very well be a no, and she's not going to apologize, which will lead to Stephanie and Triple H suspending her or firing her or whatever, dragging on the storyline, potentially even adding Charlotte to the match now. That's all possible.
We have to protect the hidden world, or there won't be any dragons left. We need her. We have one shot at this. Untrained dragon, the hidden world.
What the fuck is that noise?
I am on a journey to appear. Are you ready for the journey, Elizabeth?
How did you get in here anyway?
The cat flap.
Makes sense.
Relax with the real.
Do I think the Revival will be buried too? I don't know. I don't use the word buried. You're asking the wrong guy.
French toast and buttermilk pancakes for $5.99.
Are you out of your mind? Why are we still out of our minds?
Denny's new Super Slampler, all for $5.99.
Super Slampler looks disgusting. Yeah, Becky better start training and learning how to drive large vehicles. Monster trucks, Zambonis, beer trucks, forklifts, all sorts of shit. Cement trucks. She needs to pour cement in Stephanie McMahon's limo or something.
Creamy Snickers. You could use a little smoothness.
Pete Zagarine? That's Peter. I taught him social studies.
Get smooth with the fresh
I would like to see the Revival win the titles. I just wish it could be at a better spot than semi-main event on Raw. They're plugging the shit out of this Fighting With My Family. I want to go to Snoop Dogg's compound. If I had one wish, it'd be go to Snoop Dogg's house. All right, the Revival with their umpteenth title shot here. Let's see if they can actually do it. See, with me, just if they're not going to have the Revival win the tag team titles here, then I wouldn't give them the title shot to begin with. I would have had another team win it last week. So when they first won, I was thinking, oh, I'm predicting them to win the titles. And they still could. They could still win the belts here. I just thought it would be a really cool idea. Because, you know, when you thought about how awesome the tag team wrestling was in NXT when they were there, if they treated this match like an NXT match. It's a bunch of NXT guys anyway. Put it on last on Monday Night Raw. Let them tear the house down for 30 minutes. Have a great match with the Revival winning. Fans going nuts. Like, why not do that? But Becky and the McMahons are going to be closing out the show here. If I was going to do a title change here, I would have put this match at the top of the last hour or the top of the first hour. Or something like that.
The Revival have gone on to compare themselves to the likes of the Andersons and the Hart Foundation, the Rock and Roll and Midnight Express, the Freebirds, among other great tag teams. When you talk about in-ring technique, those are not inaccurate comparisons. Dash and Dawson, incredibly proficient at the art.
Yeah, Don, you're probably right. Snoop Dogg's house would be fun. I wish I could stream Raw live from Snoop Dogg's house. And he'd be in the behind me, messing around in the kitchen, making brownies. Do you know why Snoop Dogg carries an umbrella? For drizzle.
Bobby Roode tweeted out, Chad Gable is next level good. It's been my absolute pleasure to make him glorious. And that's clearly what we're seeing from Chad Gable. He has been shining.
Scott Dawson was something of an unlikely pairing. Roode Gable. They dealt together very
Bobby Roode's a veteran. He knows to get that crowd pumping. I was just about to say the crowd is dead, and then Roode starts clapping his hands. I don't know if Roode turns heel tonight. I mean, he's tag team champions right now. I mean, even if they lose the belts here, I think it would be crazy if he just turned. Just because they lost, but I don't see it. I really thought that this last time that Revival and became the #1 contenders, they would win it this time. I don't know now. Now I feel like it could go either way. Don Clark, that was not terrible. That was awesome. Did you see my tweet the other day, Don? What did the thesaurus eat for breakfast? Synonym rolls. Max, pot brownies taste exactly like they sound. They taste like brownies with pot in them. That's exactly what they taste like. All right, we got a commercial break in the tag match. Of course it is. Wrestling's always been as big as it was. It's huge. Can't believe you didn't like the drizzle when Dawn. All right, I'm just ready to get back to this tag team match. We're just fucking killing time here. Well, that would be funny if the crowd starts chanting AEW at WWE shows. That would be crazy. Like, if the fans are smart, that's what they would want to do instead of CM Punk and what and all that shit. If they really want to be jerks and they really want to sabotage the product, they should be chanting AEW. I mean, at this point, I'm not concerned with All Elite Wrestling competing with WWE. I'd like to see how All Elite Wrestling stacks up to NXT. I mean, that's the real, you know, rivalry there, you know. I'd like to compare Double or Nothing shows to NXT shows. Or, I'm sorry, All Elite Wrestling shows to NXT shows. That would be fun. Because at least you get an unbiased opinion out of fans, you know, because they like and respect both brands. But with WWE, the main roster, oh, it all sucks, and All Elite Wrestling's a million times better, and WWE's going out of business, and all that shit. They're not going to be real objective. But up against NXT, you know, you compare a takeover to compare like the WrestleMania takeover to Double or Nothing. That would be a fun comparison. I'm curious myself which show will be better. Bradley, you did not get a notification on my show? You mean this one? I don't know, man. As long as you've clicked the notifications bell, you should be getting them, but I don't know what that means. Mondays are easy to remember, though. I'm up here every Monday streaming Raw, but yeah, I know there's been notification issues. Some people don't get notifications. Some people get unsubscribed. Somehow, YouTube's a mess. Alita, Battle Angel. All right, tag title still on the line here. We got a half an hour left. I don't know, Mike Witt. Thanks for the super chat. I might go EC3 on that one. I think he might have just one like shade of orange above. Like one's a Dorito, one's a Cheeto. But I'm gonna give the nod to EC3 there. 2019 Swagger versus Punk. Swagger would kill CM Punk. Shamrock and Lesnar would be fun. I'm still going Lesnar. I'm still going 0-2 Lesnar over Shamrock. But thanks, Joey. Yeah, Bradley, that's possible too. Yeah, Greg, I saw We the People was all in Swagger's like entrance during his MMA fight and everything. So he's adopted his catchphrase in MMA. I don't know why, but the referee is taller than all 4 men in this match. Gable throws the best, or has the best German in the business right now. He's so strong. Crowd is not into this at all. I mean, no, you have not missed anything. This has been a rough Raw to get through.
Morris is physical and aggressive as they come tag. Here comes Wilder. And Revival will use a full 5 count to take advantage of the double team. Wilder across Gable, covered with the Raw Tag Team titles, kick out at 2.
Man, this Raw is dragging. I worry this match is going to go on another 10 minutes.
Becomes frustrating for the Revival, who have felt for months now, though. And listen to me, Corbin, for a second. They felt for months that they've been behind.
I don't think there's going to be another match before the Becky segment, so this is going to be it. I don't know. Revival could still win. Yeah, you might be right. The crowd is just sitting waiting to explode if they get a title change here, but I don't know. Mike Games, nothing has happened with Becky Lynch yet. She's going to be in the final segment. I'm not a big fan of her wandering around the backstage area trying to decide if she should apologize or not. I don't even like the angle itself. Like Stephanie and Triple H are like, you must apologize, and we'll give you till the end of the night to decide if you want to apologize. They were very much reasonable. They were very reasonable in the request of Becky Lynch to apologize. The whole thing is just dumb. So what I'm thinking they're going to do is Becky is going to say no or defy them in some way. And they're going to have to suspend her or kick her out of the match or remove her from the match with Ronda Rousey, maybe inserting Charlotte, and then Becky gets back in a couple of weeks or something. That's what I'm worried we're going to see. Damn. I love that roll through German. That is beautiful. Oh, we're going to commercial, aren't we? Of course we are. Oh my god, we're almost there, y'all. So we got 23 minutes left. I think we can make it. And I gotta get the hell out of here. I'm gonna cook up some dinner, and then I'm gonna record a couple of chamber watch-alongs to get up on the channel this week. I'll be up here on Friday, do a live predictions video, and then I'll be up here on Sunday. So a whole lot of live shit going on this week. Make sure you check out my Raw 1000 review, too, that went up on the channel yesterday. Views are pretty low on that. I think I might have 2,000 views on that, maybe. But yeah, pretty low views on that. So help out Joey G. Courtesy of him. It was a fun show to go back and watch. Jay Karg, what's up? Stuck at work? Yeah, be happy you're at work. At least you're making money. We're all stuck here watching Monday Night Raw, Monday Night Crap. Yeah, it's pretty bad tonight. And it's a go-home show. Hey, Brett, that's an option, too. Maybe Becky doesn't get the opportunity to apologize because she gets attacked by Charlotte. Maybe. Maybe. Yeah, Neil, I know. Everybody's over Charlotte. Everybody but me. Yeah, we have these bad weeks. That's why I'm like, last week I kind of played around with episode 530. I'm like, man, I'm not going to come up and talk about this shit and edit a long podcast and take the time to do all that if the shows are lackluster. So on the off weeks, I might just come up and do live shots. Seemed easier. Yeah, Barry, you're right. The views are down in that Raw review because there was no Zoe. I should review the entire season of Zoe. My God. Y'all never cease to amaze me. I cannot believe I uploaded that video and everybody thought it was the greatest thing. Y'all watched some dumb shit when you were kids. Sorry to have to tell you. Hey, progressive dude, where's Flo? I don't feel comfortable. Don't feel comfortable without Flo. I don't know who these new people think they are, but you're not Flo. Oh, there you are. Phew. Had a heart attack for a minute there. Thought we were flawless. She's back. I don't know. If Charlotte gets into the main event somehow, I don't know who's going to face Asuka. Somebody will. And maybe that might, in the long run, be better. I've been pitching the Asuka-Charlotte match part 2 forever at WrestleMania. But maybe they don't want her to lose to Asuka because she's lost to too much already. And so losing in the triple threat will be a little bit better, especially if she's not involved in the decision. If Becky Lynch taps out Ronda Rousey while Charlotte is on the outside of the ring or something, then Charlotte technically doesn't lose, and it might be better for her than losing to Asuka. And if that's the case, Asuka can defend the belt against somebody else and beat them. And there's options for Asuka. But I just think the money match would be Charlotte. But I'm starting to rethink this whole thing. I'm starting to think that might be what they do. If they do a repeat of WrestleMania 20, you know, because Charlotte's lost a lot. Like I said, Evolution, TLC, Royal Rumble. They might not want to have her go in there and drop a match to Asuka. You know, so maybe they put her in the triple threat. And just like Benoit tapped out Triple H at 20, Becky Lynch taps out Ronda Rousey. And then Asuka can face, I don't know, who the fuck is on SmackDown? Somebody from SmackDown. And beat them. And remain women's champion. And then she can pick up things with Charlotte, too. Later on in the year, if she wants to. Because Becky will then be on Raw. Charlotte will still be on SmackDown. There's a lot to be decided. I don't know. There's so many different ways they could do it. It's making me dizzy. Asuka versus Wendy Richter. No. Please, God, no. I was never a big Wendy Richter fan. Terrence, I'm doing great, man. How are you? Thanks for stopping by. Despite this lackluster Raw, we've kept over 200 people in here all night long, so that's not horrible. I certainly wouldn't be able to get through the show without you guys. My God. Yeah, exactly. Asuka can face somebody and beat them. That's all that matters. It might be more likely than her getting a win over Charlotte. I don't know. Yeah, Asuka versus Toni Storm would be fun. I don't know if that's I don't know if they would give Toni Storm a Mania match though. I think it might stay to a main roster person. Asuka versus Ember would be great, although Ember's on Raw and she's injured, right? So I don't know what her status is. But there's definitely matches you could figure out to do. Lacey Evans too, yeah, again, but you know, giving her a title match at Mania, I don't know if they would do that, but they might, because I think Asuka has to retain, because right now it's looking like a lot of belts are going to change hands. I think Brock and Ronda are dropping their belts. Daniel Bryan might drop his, because WWE's heading back to Saudi Arabia less than a month after WrestleMania. So if Bryan isn't going, they might not want, that was a really close near fall, they might not want him as WWE champion going into the Saudi Arabia show. So we could have, of all the 4 world titles, we could have 3 of them drop. That means Asuka really needs to hang on to hers. Asuka versus Shayna Baszler? No, I think Shayna's going to defend at TakeOver. Asuka versus Nikki Cross? Maybe. Asuka versus Natty? Maybe. Again, these are Raw people. I don't know. Yeah, the match is picking up a little bit here. I don't know. Maybe my prediction will come true about Revival. Yeah, I'm not in favor of any like new talent facing Asuka. I think it needs to go to a roster member, not an NXT person or a recent call up or anything like that. Yeah, Kairi Sane. I don't know why is everybody mentioning these people. Like, and I don't think anybody's challenging Asuka for the title at WrestleMania from NXT. I think it's gonna be a current roster member. So I'm trying to think of like healthy women on the Raw or SmackDown rosters. SmackDown, I guess. Otherwise, they're gonna have to figure out a way to get someone over to SmackDown. Although they could do that. If they lose Becky to Raw, maybe they can compensate SmackDown with a Raw person and move Ember Moon to SmackDown to challenge Asuka or something like that. I don't know. Who knows what we're going to see? Oh, near fall there on by Gable. We got 15 minutes left in the show, so they got to go to the finish here in the next minute. Because then we got to have a commercial break, and then we have to have Becky come out. So we got to be a minute away. Oh, there you go. That's it. New champs? Ha! Look at that. I was right. See, I would have been fine, though, is if they started that match at 20 past the hour. I would have been fine if that match went all the way through to the main event and they won the titles to close out the show. If I'm going to have one critique of this situation, it would be that. But the fans don't even see. Look at the fans are golf clapping. Yeah, I said last week that I don't think they would put the #1. I don't think they would give them yet another title shot. If they weren't going to have them win it, they would just give the title shot to somebody else then. All right, Revival, new tag team champs. Good for them. Ha, there you go. They could bring back Nikki Bella and she could face Asuka. Asuka versus Nia Jax, that's another good option. But I would think that they could use the Becky Lynch facing Ronda Rousey storyline as a way to get a Raw talent to SmackDown as compensation. So at least there's a way to do it. There's a way to construct it and write it to have it make some bit of sense. You all right, Gable? It's all right. Everybody loses, man. It's okay. Oh, now they're a gorilla getting interviewed? They should dump them in the trash can and say they're going to All Elite Wrestling. How funny would that be? What's going on, Caruso? Okay, good job. All right, Becky, what did you decide? Oh, she's coming out now. Good. It's decision time. Big decision. Do you say fucking I'm sorry? Like, this should not be the arch of the main storyline of the show. Whether or not someone's going to say they're sorry. What did Austin have to do when he forfeited the title to The Rock? I forgot. Was it the same thing? Didn't he have to say he was sorry and he said he was going to go back and have a couple of hot dogs or something? Or I just don't like the way Becky was like moping around, asking advice. All right, we'll find out. Yeah, he called her Charles. Yeah, my best friend's daughter is named Charlie, and I call her Charles, and I call her Chuck. On her birthday card, I wrote, "Happy birthday, Chuck." Interesting little fun fact about my friend. She has, her daughter is named Charlie, but her name is Charlotte, actually, and they call her Charlie for short. So I call her Charles or Chuck. But what's interesting is my friend was on the volleyball team at Appalachian State with Charlotte, which is crazy. And so I always say, like, and here's another parallel between the two. My best friend's name is Ashley, which is Charlotte's real name. So Charlotte's real name, Charlotte and my best friend share a first name. My best friend named her daughter Charlotte, which is Charlotte's name. And then Ashley and Ashley were on the same team at Appalachian. And Charlotte has the same name as her daughter, and it's fucking confusing. But it's really crazy how that all ties in. Fun fact about GoodMicWork's life. Okay.
It's time to decide. This is Game Fuel. It's domination in a can.
Oh my god, Liam. No. Total Bella's watch along. Are you nuts? Maybe I'd do that one day. Well, no, I'd have to. The only way to have it work, though, is to have it. Is to be able to watch it on the WWE network. Yeah, Wheezy. It's a very convoluted story, but it's just very funny. I know. I get confused about it. Well, she named her daughter that has the same name as Charlotte, who in real life has the same name as her, and they were also teammates at Appalachian State, and just this whole fucking weird thing, and I always laugh about it. I'm probably related to Charlotte Flair somehow. No, I hope not. No, I don't think I'm related to Charlotte Flair. Although, that's another thing. Her dad is from North Carolina, of course, where I'm from. And then his car accident back in like 1975, or not his car accident, his plane crash in 1975 happened in Wilmington, which is where I live, along with I used to live, along with my friend who was Charlotte's teammate. So it's all, like Joe Dirt says, it's all infused and entwined, and it's all together. It's crazy. God, this fucking main event needs to get over with. Yeah, well, I'd want to be able to watch Total Bellas in a way that we could all watch it, and then we'd have to find the episode. It'll be hard to sync up. The network is easy, because I can do the timer and all that, but... My whole life could change. On Temptation Island, oh my god. Man, I'm getting a lot of tweets about how boring this Monday Night Raw is. Yeah, I agree with all of y'all. James and Justin and Daniel and Deluxe Man and all y'all. 2 weeks in Atlanta. Speaking of the Flairs, God, see, it's all entwined and infused. And now he's having a birthday celebration in 2 weeks in Atlanta. All right, Becky, let's figure out if you're going to fucking apologize or not. Jesus Christ. Ugh. Why is Triple H coming out to his King of Kings song now? I like that he just has two. He's like, you know what? I want to come out to this one today. Man, I went through this whole... We saw Stephanie McMahon in the ring twice tonight, and not once we had to hear her theme song. I think WWE's watching my streams, y'all. They know how I feel about it. And they're at least sparing us that. The show's already been bad enough. The last thing we need is Stephanie McMahon's theme song. Oh, Total Bellas is on the network? Fuck. Let's pretend it's not. I'm not doing that. I'd rather take a shower with my uncle.
Cooler heads to prevail. Are you going to go on to live your dream at WrestleMania or not?
Are you going to go on to shut the fuck up ever, Stephanie? How about that? That's what I'd vote for.
Whether you believe this or not, we want this to work out.
Becky, I meant what I said earlier. You versus Ronda Rousey at WrestleMania could be the biggest match in WrestleMania history. You could make history. But like all of us, in business and in life, you have to accept the consequences of your actions. We did. We apologized earlier tonight. Are you going to do the same? Are you going to say those two little words? Or are you going to throw away your moment?
Darren Pfeffer, Temptation Island watch along. Oh my god. Actually, this might be entertaining if you enjoy me shitting on something for an hour straight, because that's what I'll be doing. No, Becky is not suspended anymore. They lifted her suspension, but she does have to apologize right here in order to have the match with Rousey.
Shut it out. Just shut them out.
And why do Triple H and Stephanie even give a shit if she could apologize? I just don't. This is stupid.
That's it. Don't let strangers dictate your future, right? Their opinions don't matter. What do you want? You want WrestleMania? You want to live your dream? It's the moment. What do you want?
All this for an apology? We got 5 minutes left. Is she going to sit here and talk about it for 5 minutes?
I think the two of yous want me nowhere near that match. And I've been getting advice all night long whether I wanted it or not, and yes, I don't trust you. And yes, I got angry when I thought that my opportunity was being taken away from me. And yes, these people were chanting, knock them out.
Thanks, Jose. Thanks for stopping by. Mash that subscribe button.
Punched you in the face again.
Come join us on Sunday for the Elimination Chamber. We'll all be hanging out together.
Yes. If all that's keeping me away from my dream is two little words, then
All this for an apology? Jesus. Where's Rhonda? Are we going to see her come out there? They just had that little interaction backstage. We haven't even seen Rhonda on TV. Part of me thinks she's going to come out there for this. Y'all got 4 minutes to figure it out.
Stephanie, Triple H, I'm sorry.
I'm sorry I didn't break both your arms.
Now that nonsense is out of the way, we have a deal. My path to WrestleMania is clear for me to get my hands on Ronda Rousey, right? Because if anybody tried to steal my dream away from me, they would find themselves in the fight of...
Well, she said she was sorry.
Understand that? I don't care if it's you or anyone. No one is taking my dream away from me.
Becky, wouldn't have it any other way. Congratulations. You're going to WrestleMania.
And she's shaking their hands too?
So there you have it. It is set for WrestleMania.
We got 3 minutes left. She's not done yet.
Wait, that's it?
That's it. Congratulations. You're going to WrestleMania.
What are they going to say before they leave the ring?
Well then, run! It's me and you, the man versus the baddest woman in the planet. MetLife Stadium in front of 70,000 people from all around the world.
Oh, there's Rhonda. I'm about to say, we know we're going to see Rhonda.
There she is, the Raw Women's Champion, Ronda Rousey. Marching to the ring.
I feel like this is going to be a stare down, not a fight.
Between these two superstars earlier tonight back in the locker room area, Ronda said, do the right thing, make this match happen. Becky apologized.
Oh, Vince is coming out. Vince, what are you wearing? That's a whole lot of brown. Jesus. Too much brown for me. What's Vince going to say? I'm going to get off the chat so you don't spoil it for me.
Let me get this off my chest. I think that Stephanie's right. That could be one of the greatest main events of all time. It could be. But Becky, I think you think you're bigger than WWE. You've got an attitude, you got a bad attitude. I don't like bad attitudes. That goes for you too, Rondo.
Vince out there laying down the law.
So, you're not the man. I'm the man. Sometimes a man has to make tough decisions, okay? And here's one of them. Becky, you're suspended for 60 days.
Nice.
I'm not going to accept your apology. They may. I'm not, okay? Which means, let's see, that suspension runs out, 5 days after this WrestleMania. We need
someone that takes your place, someone with charisma, someone with
Charlotte.
someone who knows
He's gonna introduce Charlotte, isn't he?
stay in it. We need someone who's gonna take Ronda to the limit. We need Charlotte Flair.
Ha 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 ha. I like it. Okay, before anybody starts pooping their pants here, she's not really gonna miss WrestleMania. She's not really suspended. We're probably gonna get a triple threat. Wow. Well, Charlotte looks good right there. All right, now so Charlotte's got the support of Vince, and now she's on Raw too, apparently. All right. Well, I'm sure that just pleases the wrestling audience. I cannot wait to read Twitter. Oh my God, this is gonna be so fun. I might have to do a one-off explaining why this isn't ideal and wasn't my first choice, but if it's a WrestleMania 20 type of situation, I really don't care about the triple threat. It's okay. But that's provided a particular outcome happens. And as long as Becky can tap out Ronda like Benoit did to Triple H, I don't give a shit if it's triple threat. It's whatever. But now Becky is technically in storyline suspended for 60 days. That suspension is not up until after WrestleMania. So you know between now and then, she's got to get back on TV somehow or whatever. So the triple threat looks like it's a thing now. Man. Okay. Whatever. Yeah, it doesn't mean that Asuka can't have an opponent though, you know, like at WrestleMania. It's okay. You know, if they go with the triple threat, Asuka can just work with somebody else. Whoever Asuka works with, I just want her to retain and make it through Mania as champion. If she beats Charlotte or whoever, who cares? But yeah, pretty bad Monday Night Raw tonight. And now we see the direction they're kind of going in. We got Vince who's on the side of Charlotte now. Maybe Stephanie and Triple H will have some pushback there. Maybe they want Becky, and maybe the McMahons have to figure it out. And that's when they get Becky an opportunity to be in a match. If she wins, she gets put in or whatever. You know it's going to be something like that. And oh, there you go. Good idea there. Becky crashing the party of Ric Flair in 2 weeks. That's going to happen. That's going to happen. Yeah. And how they get her back in the match is anybody's guess. I'm guessing that she will crash Ric Flair's party, maybe beat the shit out of Ric Flair, and maybe set up a match with her and Charlotte, and if she wins or something, it's going to be something like that. So I'm guessing Fastlane is what we're going to get there. We'll get Charlotte and Becky, or we'll get Becky in some sort of a match at Fastlane. And if she wins, she's in. And yeah, so like I said this earlier on, and I'll probably talk about that a lot this week, is that I started rethinking the triple threat match idea when I started thinking about WrestleMania 20. And nobody was bitching at Shawn Michaels for stealing opportunities away from Chris Benoit or Triple H or anything like that. So if you do insert Charlotte into the match, but you still have Becky tap out Ronda Rousey for the finish, what's the harm? You know, Charlotte has been the best female wrestler they've had up until recently when Becky really got on the map. You know, and those are the three. That's what they set up. That's what they set up at Survivor Series, with Charlotte not getting the finish on Ronda, and then Ronda coming out and screwing over the both of them at TLC. They both have issues with Ronda. They both have issues with each other. Storyline-wise, it makes sense. It just pisses the fans off that Charlotte's going to be involved and all of that. So, whatever. I'll deal with the fans when I can. Spaz Phoenix, what's up, dude? Thanks for the super chat. Thanks for stopping by. Sexy Beast, okay. Thank you. Thank you. Man, what a kind of a blockbuster there. Becky currently is suspended for 60 days. She will be back in this somehow. She won't be suspended for 60 days. Hell, the way WWE goes, even with her being suspended for 60 days, I wouldn't be surprised if we see her next week. I think they should hold her off until Ric Flair's party, but we could very well see her next week. She was suspended a week ago. She's been suspended twice in 2 weeks, but still been on TV for every episode. Whatevs. Crazy. Well, I'm going to be one of the very few, as usual, that if the women are going to main event and it's going to be the last thing we see, then I really don't see any difference between this and WrestleMania 20. It's the same shit. It's the same fucking scenario. Chris Benoit won the Royal Rumble, you know, had fallen short time and time before, had a lot of bad things happen to him, finally gets up and gets a chance to challenge for the WWE title, or the World Heavyweight title. They add Shawn Michaels to the match, making it a triple threat, and he still wound up beating both of them. So it was fine. All in all, it was fine. Did I say the show was good? No, Raw was not good. Wouldn't it be funny if they actually followed through with the suspension for 60 days? It would be funny, but no, they're not going to do that. Yeah, this show was not good. It just got real interesting at the end because now it just threw us a whole slew of like different ideas. So for me personally, if they're doing the WrestleMania 20 thing and they set the match up the same exact way and they do the same kind of finish, then I'm fine with the triple threat. Whatever. No big deal. I still think the match will be good. I think Charlotte, considering the fact that she was penciled in to face Ronda Rousey to begin with, before Nia Jax bashed in Becky Lynch's face, like Charlotte or not, she deserves to be in there. So I was going to be very surprised if WWE took that opportunity away from her. But like I said, I would have loved to see Charlotte and Asuka Part 2. That would have been a fun match. Then you've got two huge women's matches taking place on the same show. Almost equally as interesting, each one. So I would have been fine with that scenario. I would have been fine either way here. It's what WWE kind of needed to do. We can't be surprised by it, especially when Charlotte was kind of initially penciled in to have this spot. So yeah. Yeah, I don't agree with Becky Lynch apologizing. I thought that was kind of weird that she went through with the apology. But adding Charlotte to the match, I don't want to hear anybody pretending that it doesn't make sense. It makes perfect sense, considering what Charlotte has done with Rousey and her issue, and her and Becky both getting screwed by Rousey at TLC, and unresolved issues with the three of them. This was, you kind of felt this, you could kind of smell it back at Survivor Series, you know, during, you know, after Becky Lynch got injured. You know, so all they're doing, you know, if anything, Becky got added to the match. It was probably going to be Charlotte and Ronda all along until the punch to the face happened, and now you've gotten Becky in the main event of WrestleMania that probably wouldn't have happened had the punch to the face not taken place. It probably would have been Becky and Ronda at Survivor Series, and then Becky would be facing Asuka or something at WrestleMania. Who knows what would have happened had that Nia botch not taken place. So in the end, provided Becky Lynch walks out of WrestleMania with the title in the main event, I really don't care how they get there. Didn't like the apology, thought that was dumb, but I certainly understand why they would insert Charlotte. To me, it makes perfect sense. And who's to say the match is going to suck? Why would a triple threat match between Charlotte, Becky, and Ronda be worse than one-on-one between Becky and Ronda? I think both matches have the potential to be good. I'm not too worried about it. Provided, like I said, provided Becky gets reinstated, gets put in the match, wins the title, I'm fine. I'm whatevs. And the only part of that storyline that doesn't make sense is Becky apologizing. That's the only part of this I really didn't like. Charlotte being inserted, I'm not going to pretend doesn't make sense just because I don't like it. I'm fine with it. Fine with it. Yeah, and I'm seeing people tweeting now like, "Oh, I hate that Charlotte is shoehorned into these matches." She wasn't shoehorned into the matches. What the fuck is wrong with y'all? Charlotte was set to face Ronda Rousey at WrestleMania all along. Nia Jax is the one that fucked that up. So what they're doing instead is changing it up and making it a triple threat so Becky can be involved. Because Becky lost out on her Survivor Series match. They had Becky Lynch win the Royal Rumble. She's likely still going to win the title. I still expect her to win the title at WrestleMania. So the people that think that she's shoehorning herself into the matches, was Shawn Michaels shoehorning himself into that one at WrestleMania 20? Nobody was bitching about Shawn. Nobody cared. Because Shawn was the best male wrestler on the roster, just like Charlotte is the best female on the roster. She kind of deserves to be in the main event. Hate to break it to you. So I'm defending this one. Still not my first choice. If it was up to me, I'd be fine with Becky and Ronda one-on-one, but I'm certainly not pissed that they're making it a triple threat. Fans are so fucking fickle. But another thing that I do like about the Charlotte Flair thing, and this I think you have to pay attention to, is that it was Vince McMahon putting Charlotte in that match. Instantly making her the heel. Instantly making the fans not like... It's not like they're doing with Charlotte what they're doing with Roman Reigns. You know, Vince McMahon came out there in a heel capacity to introduce Charlotte. With Roman Reigns, it was like he's being shoved down her throats as this over babyface. They're not really doing that with Charlotte. You know, they're making her heelish. The fans are going to boo her, and the WWE has no problem with that. It's not like they're trying to get the fans to cheer Charlotte. This is clearly not going to be a popular decision amongst the fans. So, it's not the same as Roman Reigns, you know? Bully Ray with a hilarious tweet. Yeah. Yeah, there's going to be a lot of fans mad. And that's the thing. You can be mad about it. I don't mind fans being upset. Because like I said last week, I wanted it to just be one-on-one. I didn't think they really needed to add Charlotte, but I could definitely see why they would. And they did. You know, and I understand that even though it's not my first choice, if it was up to me, I might not do it this way. I'm certainly not going to pretend that it's wrong or the wrong decision or it doesn't make sense. It does make sense, and it probably is the right decision, especially what their initial plans were before the Nia Jax botch. It all makes sense to me. So, it's okay to not like something. You don't have to pretend that it doesn't make sense. Yeah, not fun. Not fun. Twitter is going to be fun. Oh my God, now who is saying this? Becky won't even have a match? Come on, guys. Jesus. Now people think Becky's not going to work. Okay, if you think Becky Lynch is going to be suspended for 60 days, you are fucking stupid. That's not what's going to happen. My God, guys. Spaz, I missed a super chat from you. I might have missed a couple because I've been off of the chat here. Nope, just one. Cross Riot was low-key highlight of the night. Yeah, Ruby Riot picked up a win on her way to her match with Ronda. Catherine, you're back? You woke back up to see the end of that? Becky is not going to miss a WrestleMania match, I promise. Joe Cronin is going nuts. Oh, I'm sure everybody's going nuts. I'm sure it's the worst thing ever for this to happen. But whatever. I don't mind the triple threat. Yeah, I'll see what the social media backlash is on this, and maybe I'll come up and do a one-off this week. It's going to be a lot of videos this week. Shit. Lots to talk about. So, anyway, I'm going to get out of here. I'm going to let Twitter do its thing. I'm going to let YouTube fucking flip out, and I'm going to let everybody go nuts, get it all out of your system, and then I'll come up here in like a day or two and let you know what I think about this. And I'll elaborate a little more. Yeah. So I hate to leave 200 of you hanging here tonight, but I got shit to do. I want to do a little bit more channel stuff, and I got a couple of videos to film, so I got work to do. So I'm going to go ahead and peace out. You all be good. Catch you in a couple of days for a watch along, and yeah, enjoy social media tonight. Should be a lot of fun. I'll talk to y'all soon. Take care. Peace.